What is up? What is going on, everybody? Not sure how many people we've got in here yet, but I am here for the Mariners Marlins play by play. Late goings on this one a little bit. Wasn't expecting to do this, but ended up having some time. So we're going to do some play by play for the Mariners and Marlins game tonight. Got a couple people in here. Welcome in. Hope you guys are ready for some play by play. Every time I've done some sort of live stream, the Mariners have lost. So we're due to get this thing turned around here, obviously. So hopefully this can get it going here. I'm just going to get a couple things situated here, a couple social media stuff going on here. So bear with me for just a couple minutes while I get that situated. I may have to jump out periodically to get water and stuff like that. So if I do, just be patient. Oh, let's get to the comments here. We got a comment. What's up, Christian? Welcome in, man. Appreciate you always joining the live streams, man. Thank you very, very much. It means a lot to me that you are in here and join. Real quick, go over the lineups before anybody else gets in here. Wanted to start this about 10 minutes before first pitch. Obviously, for the visiting Marlins, Arise will lead off, bat second, will lead off, bat first, play second base on his quest to hit 400. I got to do my exercises before doing this. Jorge Soler will bat second and play right field. De La Cruz will bat third and play left. He had the great error yesterday. Garrett Cooper bats fourth. He's the DH. Mariner killer Yuri. I'm struggling to. Yuri Gurriel will bat fifth and play first base. Former Mariner Gene Segura bats sixth and plays third base. Birdie will bat seventh and play short. Catcher Stallings will bat eighth and play catcher. And then I believe it's Garrett Hampson will bat ninth and play center field. Cabrera on the mound tonight for the Marlins. For the Mariners, J.P. Crawford leads it off, playing short, followed by Julio in center. He'll bat second. Ty France will bat third and play fourth. Teoscar Hernandez will bat fourth and be in right field. Jared Kelenic will bat fifth and be in left. Eugenio Suarez bats sixth and will be at third. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, will bat seventh and be behind the plate. Mike Ford bats eighth and will be the designated hitter. And Jose Caballero will bat ninth and be at second base tonight. George Kirby on the mound for the Mariners, looking for a bounce-back start after a rough one in San Diego last week. So hopefully I can bring the Mariners some luck tonight. I've not had good luck with it in the past, but hopefully I can do it tonight and get them a W. Got the TV on, ready to go. I always have trouble sometimes on these because I've got to put the volume on low so I don't get any copyright strikes. I feel like I'm really close here. Let me move some things out of the way so I can push the computer back a little bit. Every time I do this, I got wires everywhere, so I'm like in danger of tripping over myself and doing something there. Let's push this back a little bit. Stuff all over my desk here. Screwdrivers, all sorts of fun things. Getting ready for the Mariners and the Marlins. Always like to come on about 5-10 minutes before first pitch. Give people some time to come in here. Hope people enjoy my play-by-play. Had a lot of fun doing the last one. We did one against the Boston Red Sox, which was a ton of fun despite the Mariners getting kind of blasted in that game. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. We should be about 5 minutes from first pitch here for Mr. Kirby. Obviously, the Mariners with a great win last night. Didn't have a post game. I was on play-by-play with Rooftop Mariner. Not a play-by-play, a post game recap with him. So no post game video. Probably no post game video tonight either, as I'll be doing this live stream, and that usually kind of drains me. So this will essentially be the play-by-play. If you are in, feel free to comment. I try to respond to every single comment that I see. So please drop a comment, a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. All that stuff helps me out. But I enjoy the engagement. I like talking to you guys. Just like, we're out having a beer, watching a baseball game. Doesn't get any better than that. So feel free to drop comments, questions, concerns. Doesn't have to always be about the Mariners either. My main focus will be the baseball game, but we can always talk other stuff as well. So hopefully we'll get some more people in here as we get closer to first pitch. Mariners with a big game yesterday, putting up 8 runs on the Marlins, and they really need to get on a hot streak here. You hate to say a series has to be a sweep, but this definitely feels like one where the Mariners need to need to find a way to get some wins, get back to 500 tonight, get back over 500. Can't afford to keep dropping series, unfortunately. Sideline report, what is up, my man? Thanks for coming in. I will definitely enjoy the game, and thank you for the good luck. We still have to do our live stream. We were talking about that months ago. Definitely, we should do a play-by-play for some football games this year. That'll be awesome. That'll be a lot of fun. But thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. If you're not subbed to the Sideline Report, sub him up. Awesome content. Really good guy, too. I'm getting dings on the computer here. Oh. And then I made the screen smaller for some reason. Should be about 3 minutes away from first pitch here tonight. Welcome to anybody new. Jump in the comments. Always enjoy. It's what makes it fun to interact with you guys. Like I said, last time I did this, I had a blast doing it for the Red Sox Mariners game, despite the result not going well. It was a lot of fun doing it. So looking forward to that again. Go over the lineups real quick for both teams for everybody just joining. Luis Arraez will lead off for the Miami Marlins and play second base, followed by Soler in right field batting second. De La Cruz bats third and in left field. Garrett Cooper will bat fourth and DH. Gurriel, a Mariner killer in the past, will bat fifth and play first base. Former Mariner Gene Segura is at third base. He will bat sixth. Birdie is the shortstop. He will bat seventh. Stallings is a catcher, will bat eighth. And Hampson, the center fielder, will bat ninth. Cabrera on the mound for the Miami Marlins. His numbers on the year, let me pull them up because I'm not 100% positive. I think he's got a 4.29 ERA. But let's get those exact numbers in there. If I can do it. Marlins, there they are. Edward Cabrera is 5-4 with a 4.29 ERA. Does have 80 strikeouts in 63 innings, so definitely can miss some bats. And then he has, in terms of walks, he has walked. Cabrera has walked 38 batters, so can get a little wild as well. So the Mariners will have a chance. I know Cabrera has some reverse platoon splits, so he's actually been better against right-handers and left-handers. Thought the Mariners might stack the lineup with some of the righties tonight, but they're going with more of their conventional lineup against right-handed pitching. It's always tough. Do you play the pitcher's platoon or do you play your hitter's advantages? So the Mariners are going to be going with their hitter advantages here over the pitcher platoon. So always thought that's interesting. It's always a tough one when that comes up and what you end up doing in that situation. Looks like we're about ready for first pitch from Seattle. The Mariners look to get their second win in a row, get back to 500. That's always the first step. If you want to make the playoffs, you've got to get back to 500 before you can do anything else. So hopefully they can do that tonight. There is the Moose. Marlins are 37-30. They've had a good run this year. They have been the Mariners of the past. They are winning all the one-run games that the Mariners used to win. They are kind of taken over the Mariners' mantle of that team. I believe they actually have a negative 25 run differential. There's Robbie Ray in the dugout with the arm brace on, or the cast, giving high fives all around. Good to see Robbie in the dugout. Mariners coming out to the field. The Mariners are 32-33. They are sitting at a +4 run differential on the season. So they've been about 500. George Kirby on the mound. He will make the start today for the Mariners. Not a big crowd in Seattle tonight, but, Tuesday night June game, not always going to be the biggest crowds around. Arraez sitting on the bricks. Arraez, Soler, De La Cruz, Cooper, Gurriel, Segura, John Birdie, Jacob Stallings, and Garrett Hampson are the 9 for the Fish tonight. Looks like Arraez is ready. Or he's getting there. He's moved into the on-deck circle. Some of you guys may be ahead of me, maybe behind me. So if you are, just no worries. I have it streaming, so I'm always a little bit behind. George Kirby making his 13th start of the year. He's 5-5 with a 3.50 ERA, 74 2/3 inning, 61 strikeouts, and just 6 walks. We know George Kirby is going to be in the strike zone. He's not going to give away free passes. But Kirby and both him and Logan Gilbert have been doing this good start, bad start. So Kirby needs to get back on track with a good start. He was roughed up his last time out in San Diego. So hopefully he can rebound this time and have a good outing. Last few warm-up tosses in the outfield for the boys, and then we will be ready for first pitch. Might have a smaller crowd night. Stanley Cup on the line tonight. Lord Stanley's Cup. The Golden Knights trying to close out the Florida Panthers. So Marlins fans possibly having a little bit of a dual interest tonight. Might be watching the hockey game if they are Florida Panthers fans. Don't know. NBA Finals ended yesterday. Don't really care about that, but the Denver Nuggets closed out the Miami Heat. Congrats to any Denver Nuggets fans if you're out there. And it looks like we are ready for first pitch. Luis Arraez steps in to face George Kirby. Home plate umpire gives Kirby the okay. And we underway. The first pitch to Arraez is outside. Fastball at 97 for ball one. 1-0 on Luis Arraez, hitting .391, 1 home run, 30 RBIs on the season for Arraez. He's been over 400 several times this season. The 1-0 to Arraez is in there for a strike, 1-1. Fastball 97 right down the middle. Arraez probably the only hitter in baseball that has a chance to maybe flirt with that 400. Just a different game nowadays than it used to be. 1-1 from Kirby to Arraez. Breaking ball drops in at the top of the zone, 1-2. Little curve slurve there from Kirby. Arraez steps back in, and George Kirby's 1-2 pitch to Luis Arraez is a swing and a miss, strike three. That is not an easy thing to do, strike out Luis Arraez, one of the lower strikeout rates in baseball. George Kirby sends him packing on 4 pitches. Good start for Kirby. That will bring up the right fielder, Jorge Soler. Good fastball, rising fastball on Arraez. Just got it up out of the zone. Got him to swing and miss. Currently watching the Yankees-Mets games. Oh, wow. You don't see that too often with the substance. Strike one there to Soler. Christian said, I'm watching the Yankees-Mets game, and a pitcher got ejected for. Who was the pitcher? That was a good game. It was 6-6 last I saw with the Yankees and Mets. Mariners fans obviously rooting there for the Mets. 0-1 from Kirby to Soler. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Kirby. It is 0-2 on the Marlins' big right-handed bat. Jorge Soler, 19 home runs on the year. That's got to be second to Alonso, I would think, in the National League. Kirby's 0-2. Soler on the ground. Great stop by Ty France. He flips it to Kirby, and he is there for out number 2. Great play by Ty France for out number 2, getting Soler. Good start for the Mariners here. 2 quick outs for George Kirby. But yeah, the Yankees-Mets series. I saw it was 6-6. I know Severino got roughed up. And then Scherzer did too. Scherzer and Verlander really struggling for the Mets this year. Just goes to show you can't always spend the money. Sometimes sometimes you just got to develop it. Not that the Mets, I don't think, made bad moves, but it's tough sometimes. Ty France pleased with himself after that play. A really good play from Ty. And that will bring up Brian Dela Cruz, the left fielder. He had that error last night, which directly led to an M's run off the bat of Gino. The pitch from Kirby. Swing and a miss, strike one. Kirby got the strikeout stuff today, or the swing and miss stuff, I should say. Yeah, that Dela Cruz just dropped a fly ball last night, allowed Mariners get an extra run. 290, 8 homers, 35 RBIs for Dela Cruz on the season, having a good year at the plate. Second pitch is going to be hit down the right field line. It's going to go foul, and it's quickly 0-2 from George Kirby on Brian Dela Cruz. Kirby looking sharp early. Breaking ball looks good. He's thrown a couple breaking balls early. That have been good pitches. Got a swing and miss on one of them. Dropped one in on Arraez. Here's the 0-2 from Kirby to Dela Cruz. And a breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. Spike that one. 1-2. Good pitch, though. Good 0-2 pitch. They cannot all be in the strike zone. That's one thing I've talked about with George Kirby is maybe expanding his zone a little bit as a pitcher. The 1-2 from Kirby to Dela Cruz is on its way. Up high, but swing and a miss at 99 from George Kirby. Geared back for that fastball. A great first inning for Mr. Kirby. 2 strikeouts. The Marlins go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the first. It is the Marlins nothing, and the Mariners coming up. Good start for George Kirby there with a couple strikeouts and a ground ball. He looked fantastic. See if I can edit this. Come on. Ah, I don't want to hide that one. Oh, there we go. There we go, and we will go. Save. There we go. Back to the comments here. Boom. So good start for George Kirby tonight. Kirby looking sharp early on. And now the Mariners' turn to swing the bats here and hopefully get something going. For the Mariners, their lineup tonight, JP will bat first. He's at short. Julio is going to bat second. He's at center. Ty France bats third. He's at first base. Teoscar Hernandez will bat fourth in right field. Drew Smith. Okay, Christian, the pitcher the guy ejected was Drew Smith. I've heard that name. He's a Mets pitcher, isn't he? I think. Pretty sure he's on the Mets. I've heard that name. I don't know much about him. So many names that like I could tell you all the names, but I can't tell you much about the players sometimes. Especially National League. I just end up not watching a lot of National League games. I know the big names, but sometimes the lesser known ones escape me. Teo bats fourth is in right field. Jared Kelenic will bat fifth and left. Eugenio Suarez bats sixth. At third, Cal Raleigh bats seventh, catching. Mike Ford, eighth, DHing. Jose Caballero bats ninth, and the second baseman. Yeah, Mets pitcher. I know I've heard that name. I know I've heard it. Do you know who the umpire was? There's one umpiring crew. It's the who's the home plate umpire? He's actually been involved in like all the ejections with substance. I think it's Phil Cuzzy. Is Phil Cuzzy the umpire there? Let's go, Y2KHA. Thank you for joining, man. Always appreciate your comments on my video. You're feeling a Kelenic bomb tonight. You know what? I'm with you, man. I'm feeling it too. First pitch to JP from Edward Cabrera is low for a ball. I'm also feeling a big dumper home run tonight. It's been a while for the dumper. 1-0 to JP is inside, 2-0 at 95. Cabrera, 38 walks in 63 innings, so he can get wild. He does have 80 strikeouts. And again, I've talked about it before. He does have some reverse platoon splits. He's actually pitched better against lefties than he has righties. JP on the ground to second. Easy play for a rise over to Gurriel for out number one. JP is retired on 3 pitches. That will bring up Julio Rodriguez. And I say that right. Yeah, he's at reverse. Righties have hit him. Yeah, righties have hit him better than lefties. Usually it's lefties would hit a righty better, but righties have actually hit Cabrera better. I think it's the changeup. I think he's a very changeup heavy pitcher. If any Marlins fans are in there, correct me if I'm wrong. Here's Julio Rodriguez. The pitch from Cabrera swung on and fouled away at 97. That's definitely not a changeup. I apologize if some of the play-by-play is rough. I usually have it on mute for this, so no copyright issues. And my fly ball tracking is not the best in the world, so we'll see. 0-1 to Julio. And he's going to foul that one off quickly. 0-2. Julio, 245, 12 homers, 37 RBIs. But he's been very hot. Last 19 games, 338, 5 homers, 16 RBIs, 10 multi-hit games. I know his OPS is well over 900 in that span. So Julio heating up. He's in the hole here, 0-2, though, against Cabrera. Here comes Cabrera's 0-2. And it's fouled off, 94 in on Julio. Just got a piece of it, fouled it off the plate. Tough pitch there. That's a tough one to even make contact with. And Julio did a nice job just to fight that off. It's a borderline pitch, but 0-2. You kind of have to swing at that. Cabrera gets a little bit of rosin from the rosin bag. You can see the Mariners hopefully get his pitch count up and get some of those walks. 0-2 from Cabrera to Julio. Outside ball one at 97. So he's thrown a lot of fastballs here. I know the Mariners have some guys that have struggled with changeups. So we'll see when he busts out the breaking stuff here. The 1-2 to Julio. There it is right there. Nasty pitch at 85. And Julio swings over the top of it for strike 3 and out number 2. Boy, that was a nasty pitch. I don't know if that was a changeup, a slider. Let's see. Almost a kind of a curve slurve pitch there. The sweeper, the new pitch, kind of looked like that. Not really a changeup, but great pitch from Cabrera to Julio. Quickly 2 down here for Ty France, hitting third tonight. Ty homered last night, and he'll take the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Ty homered last night, gives him 6 home runs on the season. The ball was crushed last night, a 3-run home run. And that one's down the right field line, but foul off the fastball. Ty hitting 283, 6 home runs, 31 RBIs. Ty started out the season a little slow, or excuse me, started out the season really good, then cooled off, but he's back to being hot. The bat's starting to come around a little bit for the Mariners, luckily. The 1-1 from Cabrera to Ty almost hits him. The breaking ball just doesn't break. It's 2-1. Just a breaking pitch there that didn't have the break to it. That was the one he threw to Julio, but it just hung it up there. 2-1. Ty has an 8-game hitting streak, third hit streak of 8+ games this season for Mr. Ty France. The 2-1 from Cabrera to Ty. Swing and a miss at a fastball that was well inside, 2-2. Not a good swing by Ty there. And had a chance to get into a good count there, 3-1, but now he is going to have to fight it with a 2-2 count. 13th pitch of the inning for Cabrera. Up high, 3-2. Cabrera's strikeout rate above league average, 29.4. The average is 22.7. So Cabrera with really good strikeout numbers this year. I'm guessing his walk rate is fairly above average. The 3-2 to Ty. That's a nasty pitch down there under the zone. Ty fouls it off. Good job by Ty to stay alive. Tough pitch there. Not much you're going to do with that, but you almost got to swing at that. Hopefully Ty can get on base here, just make Cabrera throw a few more pitches, if nothing else. Cabrera set his 3-2 to Ty France. Ty down the line, foul. Good battle here from Ty France. Like I said, if anything, they're getting Cabrera at least to maybe throw 20 pitches this inning. That was 15. Ground ball rates, Cabrera's 55.1 versus lefties, 51.4 against righties. So he's going to keep that ball on the ground. Although, I don't know, I guess that's above average ground ball rates. 3-2 to Ty. And he fouls that one off. Another good breaking pitch. Ty doing a good job here. And these are all pitches that are in the zone that he's fouling off. So, like I said, if Ty can reach, he'll at least probably force Cabrera to throw 20 pitches this inning. So that would be huge if Ty can do that. Looks like Ty calls for time. And we will do the 3-2 pitch once again from Cabrera to Ty France. Here comes the 3-2. Ty fouls that one off too. That might have been ball 4, but a good pitch. Ty stays alive. 99 at that one from Cabrera. Good at bat from Ty. Like I said, you're at least making Cabrera get that pitch count up. This will be his 18th pitch of the inning. So even if it is a 1-2-3, threw a little bit of pitches. 3-2 from Cabrera to Ty France. Almost a pitch clock violation. Swing and a miss, 98, just underneath the zone. Got him to swing at it. Good at bat from Ty. Fouled off some tough pitches. And he did get Cabrera to throw a few more. So he throws 18 in the first inning. So it's not a quick 1-2-3. But the Mariners do go down 1-2-3. We will head to the top of the second. It's the Marlins nothing and the Mariners nothing. Well, let's change the banner here. Welcome into anybody that is just joining me. I appreciate it. Feel free to jump in the conversation. Chop it up. We're here to talk Mariners or Marlins. If you're a Marlins fan, no problem talking Marlins. I don't know as much about the Marlins as I do the Mariners, but always willing to chat about any team. Commercial break in progress. Both teams go down 1-2-3 in the first inning. So for the Marlins, it'll be Cooper, Gurriel, and Segura due up in the top half of the second. George Kirby looked great in the first inning. Both starting pitchers look like they're going to be on their games today, Cabrera and Kirby. So we could definitely see maybe a quick game. Nothing wrong with that. Kirby looked fantastic, and Cabrera, nice at bat by Ty. Like I said, it doesn't look like much, but to get Cabrera to throw 18 pitches there, obviously not in that one at bat, but he got through JP and Julio. That's, I think, 8 pitches. So that was a 10, 11 pitch at bat from Ty. Might have been 11. So a real nice at bat by Ty France to, little things like that can matter, because if you can maybe. Although the Marlins bullpen's been really good as of late since May. Their numbers are some of the best in the bigs. But if you can get a good pitcher out after 5 innings, that's important. So we'll see if that happens. Get a nice John Travolta commercial there. And we are back for the top of the second. Gabe Spire, last 9 games, 25 batters faced, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 32% strikeout rate. The Rays, I feel value or need Paul Sewell more than anyone in the league. They're the second worst. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that about the Rays bullpen being that poor. We'll see. I think a lot's going to depend on if the Mariners can stay in contention or not. That's going to be the key as well to see what they do. But Paul will definitely be a trade candidate if they fall from Kirby to Cooper is fouled off at 97. So you want to say Hancock maybe. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I don't know if the Mariners are going to want to give up Hancock and pitching prospects in a deal like that. My guess is the Mariners, if they do sell, would sell off some more veterans. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Kirby to Cooper. Ooh, fouled it off. Almost hit his hands, but he fouled it. So 0-2. I think the Mariners are going to keep most of their young guys. I think if anything, although Jerry always gets creative, so you never know. You never know. Yeah, exactly. Like teams trading strengths for strength. So I totally get where you're coming from on that. The Mariners have a ton of pitching depth, so it wouldn't hurt to trade from it. But the 0-2 from Kirby to Cooper, outside, good breaking ball, 1-2. I just don't know if the Mariners are going to be. And you still got Robbie Ray come back from the injury. Marco, is he going to be here next year? Still book is out on Miller and Wu. So I don't know if they'll trade Hancock. The 1-2 from Kirby to Cooper, outside, 2-2. I think if the Mariners do make trades, it's going to be Sewald, Teoscar, maybe Gino. We'll see if they get creative, though. Jerry usually does. The 2-2 from Kirby to Cooper. Oh, good pitch, but it's up high, 3-2. It was a ball, but that was a really good pitch from Kirby. Good take by Garrett Cooper on that one. 3-2 from Kirby to Cooper. Kirby doesn't go into full counts too much. That was a really good pitch from Kirby. I like that pitch. I would throw that again. Cooper fouls it off at 98, and we'll do it again. Kirby threw a 2-2 pitch there that it's like a 97, almost looked like a two-seamer, ran back over the plate, just up out of the zone. Like I said, great take by Garrett Cooper there. It's 3-2 from Kirby to Cooper. And the right-hander is ready, and the pitch. Fouled off again. So just as Ty France made Edward Cabrera work, Garrett Cooper is making George Kirby work here in the top of the second inning. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. 8th or 9th pitch of the at-bat. Kirby comes set, his 3-2. Ground ball right to JP. He's going to fling it over to Ty for out number 1. Nice play by JP. And a good start to the top half of the second for George Kirby. Good at-bat by Cooper. Not easy to work a full count on George Kirby. That will bring up former Astro Yuli Gurriel, who I feel like just tormented the Mariners. Maybe sometimes you just remember some big hits, but man, I feel like he really gave the Mariners some fits over the years. He was the one who hit that fly ball in the playoff game that Julio ran down. The pitch to Gurriel, and he's going to foul this one off. We know he's going to be aggressive and a free swinger, and it is 0-1 on Gurriel. Anyways, he's the one who hit that deep fly ball in the 17th inning or 16th inning of Game 3 last year that Julio tracked down. 0-1 from Kirby to Gurriel, misses down low with the breaking ball. 1-1. I've still got Garrett Cooper on the brain, apparently. That Kirby Cooper messed me up. Gurriel, 261, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. So far this year, not a lot of RBIs. 1-1. Good pitch, good breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-2. So far, good strike zone here by the home plate umpire as well. I will say I'll have to look up who this is, but I've not seen a call incorrect so far. The 1-2 from Kirby to Gurriel. And that one's hit into right field, center field. Julio and Teoscar. Teoscar goes back and gets it right at the wall at the 380 mark. Nice catch by Teoscar Hernandez for out number 2. Gurriel just has that swing that it always looks like he always goes to that right center field. That's almost where he hit that ball last year that Julio caught. Off the bat, I did not think that was hit very deep, and then the camera fooled me a little bit. I was looking at Julio, but it was Teo making the catch. About 2/3 into the warning track. How fast? How fast is this guy's change up from? I don't know. So I am not good identifying pitches. I don't even positively throws the change, but I know he has reverse platoon splits, which makes me think change up. His fastball is touching 99, and he had some breaking balls in the 80s as well. It's quickly 0-2 on Gene Segura. And then, like I said, a few breaking balls in the 80s, and there was a fastball in 93. So I don't know if that was a slider or something. I'm going to have to pay more attention. But he definitely throws hard, no doubt about that. 0-2, Segura calls time. Rough year for Gene Segura. 0-2 from George Kirby to Segura here. And that's going to be a ground ball right to JP. JP over to first, and that is the out. Is J-Rod. I'll get to that in just a second, Christian. Quick 1-2-3 inning for George Kirby, and we will head to the bottom of the second with no score. Yeah, J-Rod is underperforming a little bit, Christian. Overall, like, there's nothing wrong with what Julio's done this year. If this is what he is, like his numbers right now, that's a good baseball player. But just for someone that I think as Mariner fans we thought was an MVP, possible potential superstar, I still think he is. The numbers just haven't quite been as good. Hearing as a midnight, maybe he does. That might have been, there was a couple there that were like 92, 93, and I thought it was odd because I saw his fastball touching 98, so maybe he does. He should have a changeup because anytime you have reverse platoon splits like that, usually that means you've got a pretty hefty changeup. So, but he's definitely got nasty stuff. The Mariners are going to have their work cut out for him tonight. Good news is George Kirby looks up to the task. But yeah, Julio, underperforming by Julio standards. His year's been okay. But where the Mariners need Julio to kind of be a superstar if they want to be a playoff team and a contender, right now Julio's been more of just a solid everyday player. So nothing wrong with what Julio's done, but nothing this year that's been earth-shattering. But he's been heating up. His last couple weeks, Julio has been really good. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Let me edit this as we will head to the bottom of the second. No score here. From Seattle, the Mariners will have Teo, Jared Kelenic, and Gino. So Y2K, your home run prediction coming up with Jared Kelenic. Jared struggled against the changeup this year. That's kind of been his bugaboo. So let's see if he can get one here. I'm putting in the call. So we got anybody else call, home run call tonight? Y2K's got it for Kelenic. I'm putting it in for the big dumper for Cal Raleigh tonight. I feel like he's due to get a home run. So hopefully one of them. I'll take both of them, Kelenic and Cal getting a home run. Weekend series with the White Sox coming up. We'll have the Steelhead jerseys on Saturday. Been a solid player. Yeah, exactly. He's been a solid player, not a superstar this year, would be how I'd sum up Julio. Teoscar fouls off the first pitch at 95 from Cabrera. It is 0-1 on Teoscar Hernandez, who is red hot, 252, 11 homers, 36 RBIs, a couple more hits last night. Here's Cabrera's 0-1. Teo fouls that off at 96 and quickly in an 0-2 hole. Yeah, Christian, you summed it up perfectly. I took 10 minutes to say it. You just put it in one comment perfectly. So appreciate that. 0-2 from Cabrera to Teo, who's hitting 394 in June with 5 multi-hit games. Way up high and out of the zone, 1 and 2. Cabrera's got some nasty stuff. I'm not going to lie. This is a guy I would like to get out of the game early, even if it's just racking up the pitch count. Mariners miss Alcantara this series, but he hasn't been as good. The 1-2, way outside, 2-2. So, yeah, the Mariners, it's funny. Like, some of these aces this year just haven't been the same. So I thought originally they were lucky to avoid Alcantara, but some of these other guys have been really good for Miami. 2-2 from Cabrera to Teoscar Hernandez. Comes set and the pitch. Inside, 3-2. This ump's been great so far. I don't want to jinx it, but that was inside. That's a great call. That could have easily rung up Teoscar on that. So I got to look up who this ump is in between innings because he's done a real nice job so far. 3-2 from Cabrera to Teoscar. Inside, ball 4. Did he go? He did not go. Leadoff walk for the Mariners. Mariners in business here to start the second. He throws an, oh my gosh, 93.5 mile per hour changeup. Yeah, that's pretty hard for a changeup. It's amazing what some of these guys throw nowadays. Funny, that's not a big difference from the fastball. You would actually think that might make it easier to hit in some regards because there's not that big variation, but who knows. Here is Y2K's home run prediction. Jared Kelenic stepping up to the plate and the pitch. Kelenic hits a little grounder to third. This might be 2. Segura to second. On to first, Kelenic is safe at first. Beats it out. Good hustle by Jared Kelenic. First pitch swinging, just hit a little tapper to Segura. Probably hit a little too slow to turn the double play. Good hustle. Segura flipped it to, that is the shortstop Birdie that flipped it over to Gurriel. Yep, Kelenic does beat it out. So the Mariners will have a base runner. I always hate when you get a great at-bat and the next pitch, it's a double play. It's just so deflating. And that will bring up Eugenio Suarez, who homered last night. Hopefully he is going to be on a pretty big power surge here for the Mariners. They could use it, and he could as well. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Good pitch. Another good call by the ump. Gino, 218, 7 home runs, 38 RBIs. Homered last night. Was crushed to right center. And the 0-1 to Gino. Outside, 1-1. Taking a little bit of fastball enough to make the times just taking a little. Exactly. No, you're right. Sometimes just a little bit difference is just enough to throw the hitters off, William. You're right. And welcome in. Appreciate you joining the stream. 1-1 to Gino. Throw over to first. I hate when they don't show it, and especially I'm on mute. They just threw over. They don't show the runner. Yeah, Gino. I mean, listen, Gino 218. We knew Gino wasn't going to hit 280. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, William. Appreciate it. But it's the power. If Gino's going to hit 218, he's got to hit home runs. And this one is hit pretty shallow center, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. So it's going to be first and second. As you can tell, my depth perception not very good. That looked way better off the bat, but it is a base hit for Eugenio Suarez. So that 218 will become 220. So runners at first and second. The Mariners with a little something cooking here. I actually think that swing threw off the right fielder Soler. It was a big swing from Gino, but just kind of ended up being a little Texas leaguer in there. Exactly. Gino hitting 230 is fine. I can live with that, 240, but he's got to have the pop. And he just hasn't got the slugging going this year. But yeah, good start there. Base hit. We'll take it. First and second, one out for my home run prediction tonight. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who's been cold. He takes inside ball one. 209, 8 homers at 26 RBIs. I actually think, just going by like an OPS, Tom Murphy's actually been better than Cal this year. Cal did not have one hit on the road trip. Very, very tough. The 1-0 from Cabrera to Cal. That ball is hit deep down the line, and that baby is gone. Crushed. 3-run home run, Cal Raleigh. You are welcome for my prediction on that one. The big dumper with a 3-run home run, and the Mariners take a 3-0 lead. That was absolutely crushed by Cal Raleigh. Good to have him back. The Mariners need the big dumper to get hot, and they take an early 3-0 lead. 105 off the bat, 409 feet. Someone just told me, I had a feeling that Cal was due. Huge. And there's the trident. Cal will gladly hold the trident. Let me edit the score because it is a beautiful thing. 3-0. And Kirby has been sensational. So hopefully, here is Mike Ford. Little grounder right back to the mound. Cabrera tosses it over to Gurriel for out number 2. Yes, Leaf, let's go. Cal Raleigh, hell yeah. That was crushed. That was absolutely crushed. There's not a lot of balls hit back there. He's tough, though, but maybe he's getting healthy. Hope so. Talking about Gino getting healthy. Cal, yes. That's the thing. Cal's been so banged up, too. Cal's like one of those guys, I just can't be mad at him. One, he just seems like such a good person. Here's the Caballero, and he'll take a ball just underneath his own. Good. This hump's been really good. He's dealt with that thumb injury all season, so I'm never going to harp on Cal too much. He caught every inning of the postseason last year, the 1-0 to Caballero, inside 2-0. So I'll never say a bad thing about Cal Raleigh. Now, I'll say, like, hey, he's got to be better and he's got to produce more. But, yeah, catching is so brutal. And Cal's just one of those. And like, Cal's the type of guy that, like, he values that catching just as much as the hitting. You know what I mean? He is someone that takes that into the dugout with him. 2-0 pitch to Caballero's in there for a strike from Cabrera. Yeah, catching, it's the knees and then all that, the thumb stuff Cal's dealt with. So good for Cal, though, getting the home run. Caballero 2-1 from Cabrera to Caballero is low, 3-1. Good job by Caballero here working the count as he always seems to do. I call Caballero the ultimate troll. He's always manipulating that pitch clock really well. And he'll step in here 3-1. And he'll ground that foul 3-2. And remind me to take a look at who this umpire is in between innings because he's been really good so far. There's been some close pitches. I think he's called every single one of them correctly. Good job by Kelenic to beat out that double play. That got the Mariners an extra run. Good hustle by Jared. Caballero takes his time with a 3-2 pitch. Would love to see Caballero reach here and force a few more throws here from Cabrera, get that pitch count working a little bit. That's why we need to Yep, I agree. I agree. Got to keep those catching prospects. 3-2 to Caballero, way inside, almost hits them. Either way, it's ball four, hit by pitch, doesn't matter. Caballero is aboard. Nice at bat. Yeah, William, I agree. Catchers are, and I love catchers. They're always just kind of the quiet leaders. I love Dan Wilson, was one of my favorite players growing up as a kid. Who did we have recently? I was like Mike Zunino too. It's just those guys take so much pride in what they do. Thank you on the Cal bomb. I did call a Cal Raleigh home run today. Here's J.P. Crawford. He shows bunt. Caballero takes off. The throw is not in time. Stolen base for Jose Caballero, and a runner in scoring position for J.P. Man, Caballero, I love his game. Like, he's a perfect guy to have. Like, do I think Caballero's gonna be the everyday second baseman forever for the Mariners? Maybe not, but he's at least a good platoon player. You know what? Let's call it JP single. I don't think JP homers here, but one of those patented JP into right field base hits. 1-0 to JP. And that's the first call the umps missed. That was a little high. 1-1. Not a terrible call, but 1-1 to cut JP. A little high on that pitch, but I'm okay with it. It was borderline. JP goes into right field here. That's my prediction. With that huge swing he has. 1-1 from Cabrera to JP. Caballero at second base. Grounder will go foul. 1-2. Yeah, I really enjoy Caballero's game. Exactly. He makes things happen. He's an igniter. And you need those guys. You need players like that in the team, especially a team that has so much home run, a lot of walks, home runs. You need guys like Caballero to balance that out. 1-2 from Cabrera to JP. Up high, 2-2. Caballero not counted. Yeah, 395. And it's gone up with that walk, like you said, Y2K. He's been great. Yeah, JP has. I love JP's grinding out at bats. He's been solid. 2-2 to JP. Oh, that's right down the middle. Strike three. I think JP was just sitting on something else. I wonder if that was the changeup, and I think he hung it a little bit, and it kind of froze JP. Sometimes the hanging pitches throw you off because you're waiting for that big break, and then it just doesn't. JP called out on strikes. We will head to the top of the third. The Mariners score 3 runs on a Cal Raleigh 3-run home run. 3-0 Mariners going to the top of the third. Let's go ahead and edit this. There we go. Yeah, JP the hard hits have been there for JP this year. Like I said, just driving the ball so much more. The pull power's been there. I will say I would prefer JP not so much as a leadoff hitter, but more as like a bottom of the order guy. I feel like he'd be a perfect like 7, 8, 9. Like, I have no problem with Scott batting him first. They're just not getting, they weren't getting the production from anybody else. But I think JP is like better suited for the bottom of the order. I mean, just a perfect, like, imagine, this lineup, everybody doing their job, and you've got JP and Caballero at the bottom of the order just delivering. Like, I mean, that would be so perfect for this team. But William, we're together on that. I think it suits JP a little bit better, but I don't have a problem with him batting first. It just Scott trying to get a guy in there that's going to take some pitches and can work some walks. I wanted to check out who the umpire is tonight because he's done a real good job. And I always try to give these guys, it's not an easy job to umpire. I will say that. I'll call them out when they're bad, but man, it is not an easy job. And he's missed one call, and even that was borderline. Yeah, exactly. Just makes that lineup so much deeper. Who is the ump in this game? Am I not going to be able to see? I have no idea who the umpire is tonight. If anybody knows who the umpire is, let me know. Yeah, quick hands, great glove. I like JP. He's a perfect, and he's a good captain too for this team as well. Looks like John Birdie will step in. Bertie against George Kirby. Kirby and Birdie, that's not going to throw me off. Here's the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike at 96. Birdie hitting at 258, 2 homers, 12 RBIs on the season. We're in the top of the third. Birdie, Stallings, and Hampson due up for the Fish. Oh, excuse me. I might have to go get some water in between innings. The 0-1 from Kirby to Birdie is hit on the ground, foul down the right field line. I can't go split screen without dropping. Oh, for the umpire. Oh, good. I was just more curious. I'll find out somewhere who this is. But you know, he's just done a good job. And listen, umpiring is not an easy thing to do. Even though I don't like some of these guys, they are trying their best about them. Yeah, Marlins are just one of those teams. We don't play them enough to know much about them. So I'm with you. I know a little bit. The 0-2 to Birdie. Ooh, almost hit him up high, 1-2. I know Soler. I know Alcantara. I know some of the pitching. I did a little bit of research before the series too. But not only nationally, I just don't watch it as much. It's a team the Mariners never play in the National League. The 1-2 to Birdie. That's going to be a tough play for Gino charging. Birdie can run. Good play. Got him at first. One down as as Eugenio Suarez throws out Birdie. Get your tickets for Friday night at mariners.com. I don't live in Seattle, so I can't do that, but I would if I could. 5 as long as not Angel Hernandez. You know what? My mistake, Angel has not done many games this year, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. That's a name I have not seen as much this year. There's a few of them. Angel, here's the pitch to Stallings, is outside for ball 1. Buckner's not very good. Laz Diaz, anybody will tell you Laz is like one of the nicest guys in the game. No, you're good. I figured out what you meant. No worry. There's no spelling grammar here. 1-0 from Kirby to Stallings. Outside 2-0. Don't want to walk Stallings. 161, no homers, 8 RBIs on the season. Kirby behind 2-0. You're not going to get many 4-pitch walks from George Kirby. Yeah, Angel's just a guy that has to be the center of attention. The 2-0. Well, as soon as I compliment the ump, he's missed a couple now. That was a little high, but it's called strike 2-1. And that's the thing. That's why I don't mind. I don't mind umps making mistakes. At the end of the day, good teams win, bad teams don't. But just don't make yourself the center of attention. 2-1 from Kirby to Stallings. And that's fouled off 2-2. Good. We're early here, but a nice job by George Kirby. He hasn't been so much in the zone. He's mixed it up. He stayed on the corners much better than he did in San Diego. Stallings calls timeout. In San Diego, he was just everything was kind of middle. He's been much better today hitting the corners. So good outing so far from Mr. Kirby. Home plate is Mike Mariner Mojo. Welcome in, man. Appreciate you joining it. Thank you for that retweet on Twitter as well as Stallings goes down line fair. Really appreciate that. I sub to your channel, so enjoy your stuff. Home plate umpire is Mike Muchalinsky. That is a mouthful. He's done a nice job, though, so good for him. I'm going to say Mooch. I'm not going to try. I'm going to butcher it. Mike. We'll call him Mike. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Great breaking ball from Kirby. Stallings swings and misses. 2 down. Nice pitch from Kirby. Good to see the breaking ball in here. Or Kirby throwing the breaking ball. Not that Stallings has been very good this season, but hey, we'll take it. And that will bring up the number 9 hole hitting center fielder, Garrett Hampson, who I remember him from the Rockies. I think Hampson came up with Colorado. And he will step in against Kirby. That's a nice breaking ball from Kirby, top of the zone, strike 1. That little slider slur from George Kirby has looked really good tonight. Good to see it. Hampson, 241, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That drops in there. Another good breaking ball from Kirby, 0-2. Hampson probably just sitting fastball here going, well, what's up with Kirby throwing these breaking balls? Hampson calls timeout, 0-2. 38 pitches so far for Kirby. Yeah, mixing up really good. We're early, so I don't want to get too ahead, but man, Kirby looks really sharp tonight. Really sharp. Hampson steps back in, and the 0-2 from Kirby. Cal setting up outside. I imagine they're going to go fastball outside. And it drifts back to the top of the zone for ball 1. Good pitch. 1-2. Just outside the zone, enough where he maybe get him to chase. Good pitch by Kirby. 1-2. This will be Kirby's 40th pitch of the game. And it's a breaking ball outside, 2-2. Hampson thought about offering that just a little too outside. Want to move that pitch 3-4 inches in. Got a few more people in here. Welcome. Don't hesitate to comment. Enjoy the conversation. Go Mariners. If you're a Marlins fan, welcome in as well. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 97 from George Kirby. He is sharp tonight We will head to the bottom of the third. It is the Marlins nothing, the Mariners 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins in the third. And for the Mariners, due up, it'll be Julio, Ty, and Teoscar Hernandez. George Kirby, very sharp through 3 innings here tonight. Will I actually get to call a Mariners win? Will it actually happen? We don't know. Still a lot of time left, but so far, so good. Let's change it to the bottom of the third. And we'll show it. If you are new here, which I think most of you in here are already subscribed, but if you're not, please hit that subscribe button for me. The like button on the video helps as well. Appreciate everybody that is in here and has joined. Truly means a lot to me to have you all in here and joining me. And I like having this tight-knit group of people to hang out with and watch these games with. Makes it more fun. For anybody that's Seahawks fans, I keep shaking my table. I'm sorry. That's making the screen shake. So apologize if I get anybody motion sickness. If any of you guys are Seahawks fans in here, we'll definitely try and do some football live streams. That's going to be a lot tougher for me. I love baseball. Yes. Sub a dub sub. Well said, William. I love baseball. Football's like once a week, so I get more emotional about it because your team loses in football. You got to sit there all week and take it. So I don't know how good I'll do doing play-by-play for football, but we will try it definitely at least a couple times this season. That'll be fun for the Seahawks game. Run Dave, welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate it. I'm assuming good either for my comment about football or good for the Mariners up 3-0. Either way, it is all good. So we're happy either way. My mother named the Sia. Oh, no way, William. She was like involved in that. That's super cool. That's a great piece of history. Thank you, Christian, for the Cal. Yes, I did call the Cal Raleigh home run. Here's the pitch to Julio. Fouls it off on a pitch way inside. 0-1. I will say, I said Cal would homer today. I didn't call it when it happened. I just said he would homer today. So wasn't that amazing, but thank you very much. That's really cool, William. That's a great piece of history right there. Great team name. Can't imagine it being anything else. 0-1 to Julio. Catches the outside corner. 0-2 from Cabrera. Julio, 244, 12 homers, 37 RBIs. Julio in his first at-bat. What did Julio do in his first at-bat? So I should have a box score up with me. The 0-2. Down low, 1-2. I believe Julio struck out his first at-bat. Yep, strikeout in the first. They show it right after I did that name. Knew the name out of the bowl. Curious what some of the other names were, potentially. The 1-2 from Cabrera. On the ground, great play by Arise. Throw to first is in time. They just get Julio. They may take a look at this one. Great stop by Luis Arise, but he couldn't get anything on the throw over to Gurriel. Julio thinks he's safe, but Julio always thinks he's safe. Let's see. We'll check the McDelivery Supermo. Good throw, good dig. Yeah, he's out. Unless Gurriel bobbled that or something, he is pretty clearly out. I will say Julio doesn't quite look as fast as he did last year. I don't know. I feel like maybe he did have that injury early. I wonder if it's bothering him a little bit. No challenge for the Mariners. Here comes Ty France. Inside, ball 1. Yeah, it's so funny when you hear team names being picked, and then you go back and hear the other names. You just can't envision it being anything else. But at the time, you don't think of it because you don't know the team name. But it's hard to think anything but Seahawks. 1-0 to Ty, fouled away, 1-1. But I always laugh when they have those, like, these were the potential team names for certain teams. Like, how on earth could they have been thinking of that? But at the time, you don't know the name, so it's not crazy to think of another name, if that makes any sense whatsoever, what I'm saying. Cabrera's 1-1 to Ty France is fouled away, 1-2. Cabrera, nasty stuff, and not like it's all on the edges of the zone. Named after Peninsula Seahawk High School, a team we played. Oh, wow. I don't know any of the high schools in Seattle. I was already out of Seattle by high school, but Fife does ring a bell. 1-2 to Ty. Grounder to short. I doubt Ty beats this out. The throw from Birdie is in time. Quick 2 outs for the Mariners here in the third. But yeah, Seahawks just such an iconic name now. But it's like any team name. It's crazy to think where some of the team names come from too. Like the Cleveland Browns are actually named after Paul Brown. So just kind of funny that you've got teams like named after a person. The Buffalo Bills is Buffalo Bill Cody, stuff like that. Just kind of funny to think of. A title, first year Seattle played 76. Cool. I love the history, man. I'm a huge sports history buff. Here's Teoscar, first pitch swinging. Good pitch to hit, but he's going to pop out to right field. Soler is there. And a very, very quick 1-2-3 inning for Cabrera. We'll head to the top of the fourth. It is the Mariners 3 and the Marlins nothing. When the I already read that one. But yeah, I am a huge sports history buff, more so for football than baseball, oddly, even though baseball has a way more history, obviously. But one of my favorite books is the NFL 100 book. It was just the 100-year history of the NFL. Love, the old school game and everything like that. Just, obviously I'm glad they've made certain rule changes to football that they have in baseball, but some of the stuff from back in the day is just so cool to read about. Also played at Washington after one season. I remember Paul Scansey. Is that, did I say that right? I don't remember him much I remember him as a kid. I don't remember too much about him, but I definitely remember the name and him playing for the Seahawks. So that's really cool. Seahawks were originally in the NFC. Well, they are the NFC now, and Tampa Bay was in the AFC, and then the teams flip-flopped, I believe, after the first season. So if you wonder why in the first season the Seahawks played a bunch of NFC teams, it's because they were in the NFC their first season. Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, 10 seasons. Yeah, he was a good player. Again, I don't remember a whole lot because I was a kid, and it's just like, sometimes you don't remember how good the guys were. You just remember them. But I definitely remember him playing. I want to say he played into the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong on that. For the Marlins coming up in the fourth will be Arise, Soler, and De La Cruz. So definitely 1, 2, 3 for the Marlins. The part of the order you want to get through for this team. It's not a super deep lineup, but Arise, Soler, and De La Cruz can definitely cause fits for you. Arise without a hit this series. I'm sure that was an absolute jinx by me, but he will step in hitless on the series. The game-winning catch. Oh, that's right. That's where I remember him. The Derek Thomas 7-sack game, and he would have had 8 on that play, but Craig got out of the sack and found him in the end zone. Here's Arise. Ball went up high. I remember that game vividly. I remember my dad cussing at the TV for 3 hours during that game. The 1-0 to Arise. 389 for Arise this year. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Arise was over 400 at one point last week, so he's cooled off a little bit. Right now, yeah, Craig just got out of number 8. Thomas had number 8. Chiefs win that game, but oh well, 2-0. Arise fouls out, fastball off, 2-1. And then the Seahawks ended up drafting Ray Roberts at left tackle, I want to say in 91 or 92. Probably part of the reason was to combat Derek Thomas, who was an absolute monster for the Chiefs. The 2-1 from Kirby to Arise. Yes. Up high, 3-1. Don't want to put him on in front of Soler and De La Cruz. Yeah, Seahawks trivia memorabilia night here. Yeah, Ray Roberts, really good player. Walter Jones kind of overshadowed him, but Roberts was a real good pick. 3-1 from Kirby to Luis Arise. Ooh, fouled it off. Ooh, yeah, Arise mad because that was ball 4. That was way up in the zone. 3-2. So Kirby catches a little. Derek Thomas was insane. He gave me some sleepless nights as a kid. Rest in peace. That was such a shame, his death, but such a tremendous football player. 3-2 from Kirby to Arise. Fouls that off. So good at bat here from Arise. Yeah, Walter Jones was, you could pound for pound, Walter Jones was the best players ever played the game. First ballot Hall of Famer. Just you go back and watch some of his highlights, you forget how much he dominated. Some great defensive ends too. 3-2 from Kirby to Luis Arise. Fouls that one off. Arise is pesky. Kirby struck him out his first at bat. You're not going to get Arise to strike out too many times. So just try to get him to put something in play that results in an out. Like I said, you want to keep the top of the Marlins order off the base paths because that's where they can do damage. Kirby's 3-2. Good play by Ty France at first on the grounder. Flips to Kirby for the out. Great play by Ty France, robbing Arise of a hit. Arise swung at ball 4 a few times in that at bat. So good job by Kirby to get him. Really impressed with George Kirby because not only is he, through 3 1/3 here pitching really well, but he has not been quite. Not everything has been middle in the zone for George Kirby. He's done a nice job mixing it up, going outside the zone a little bit. It's been a real nice outing from Kirby. Here's Soler, and he's going to ground that one to third. Gino's going to have to hurry to make the throw to get him. The throw is in time. One pitch, 1 out for Soler. About 10 pitches for Arise, but that's a nice bounce back there to get the quick out. 2 down in the top of the 4th. 50 pitches for George Kirby. Kirby 3 2/3 so far. He has been fantastic. And I'll bring up Brian De La Cruz. De La Cruz having a real nice season. Mariner fans will remember him from last night when he dropped the Eugenio Suarez fly ball. It happens to even pros. It's always kind of nice to see that because it's not easy. Here's the pitch. Good breaking ball in there for strike 1. Yeah, Arise is tough to get out. He's going to bat, and he's going to put the ball in play. So it's not like you're going to get him to just, chase, swing, and miss or anything like that. So tough out. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch by Kirby. Looked like a fastball just at the bottom of the zone. Kirby's 0-2 to De La Cruz. Comes set and the pitch. And that's going to be fouled off. 98 up high. Yeah, the Marlins' top of the order is really good. Even Cooper's a tough at-bat. Gurriel's a tough at-bat. So they've got some pesky hitters, and Kirby's done a real nice job against these guys so far a couple times through the order here. Kirby is set, and the 0-2 with the pitch clock at 1. Swing and a miss. 97, strike 3 up top of the zone. Great pitch from Kirby for the strikeout. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. But the Mariners still ahead 3-0 on the Marlins. Great pitch by Kirby. Check and see how many strikeouts George Kirby has in just a second. Not bottom of the 3rd. It's bottom of the 4th. Yep. No. Yeah. I'm not saying anything. I'm not a jinx believer, but I'm also not going to say anything because I don't want to be responsible. But I'm not much of a believer in jinxes. If I have control over these teams, then there are far bigger issues going on than jinxes. But I will not say it. I do want to see his strikeout total, though. Kirby's at 5 strikeouts for 4 innings. Really solid. That gives him a strikeout to walk ratio of 66-6. Nasty number there. But 66-6 for Kirby so far this season. He has been right. Yeah, I'm yeah, I'm not one for believing in jinxes. But like I said, I'm also not going to say anything. I respect them as well. So, and we're only in the 4th, so not, and honestly, it's so funny because I just want the Mariners to win. Just get me wins, get W's, get back in this race. No matter how you do it, I don't really care. Just find a way to win games. And I'm not too concerned if history happens or not. Just find a way to get wins. Let me check the charge on my computer here. 96. I'm going to plug it for a second here. Just to give myself a little more room. I've got cords everywhere. Cal's sitting in the dugout. Yeah, it really is. I mean, Kirby does have that Maddox type control. It is amazing. Here's Kelenic. Good take. Breaking ball misses 1-0. It's just Kirby's got to make sure he's just got to avoid those starts like he had last time. He just can't be back and forth. Just got to stay consistent. 1-0 to Kelenic, swing and a miss. That's that changeup at 91 that Y2K was talking about. That was a nasty changeup. And that's a pitch Kelenic has struggled with all year in his career. 1-1 to Kelenic. That one misses down low. There's a 93 changeup, 2-1. That one that Kelenic swung over the top of was nasty. 2-1 pitch from Cabrera to Mr. Jared Kelenic. Swing and a miss. He's throwing all changeups to Kellenic. Oh yeah, like I'm the same way. I don't like comparing guys to Hall of Famers, but it's still an apt comparison. We're not saying he is Maddox, just that's the type of stuff he does have, for sure. And I miss watching Greg Maddox pitch. I didn't have to watch him against the Mariners too often either, which was nice. 2-2 from Cabrera to Kellenic. Inside 3-2. Yep, Y2K. He's been throwing against Kellenic. And that's just a pitch Kellenic struggled with. But he's done a nice job getting it to 3-2 here. I don't know if Kellenic's going to hit that pitch, but hopefully work a walk here. Cabrera's 3-2. I'll be surprised Kellenic takes no matter what. Good job. Good take. Changeup just didn't have that overthrew the changeup. Good at bat by Jared Kellenic. Leadoff walk. Good job. Kellenic has struggled with the changeup. He hasn't been able to hit it, but if you can at least lay off of it, pitchers are going to respect you enough to throw you other things. So good job by Kellenic there to work the walk against that changeup. They don't like throwing. Yeah, you don't want to throw Kellenic the fastball. The changeup is the pitch to throw him, but some guys don't have it or don't have the power one that Cabrera has. Here is a Eugenio throw to first. Kellenic is back. Yeah, really good at bat. Really good at bat. Yeah, I love Kirby Y2K. He's definitely one of my favorites. Just his poise and how good he was in that wild card game was amazing. Here's the pitch to Gino, and that's a strike, borderline, but I'll allow it. 0-1. Little and tight, but yeah, Kirby is great. There's former Mariner pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre. I believe he was a pitching coach was he with Eric Wedge? Or is he with Lloyd McClendon? The 0-1 to Gino. And that's in there, strike two. Good pitch. Gino's in the hole 0-2. Not much he could have done with either one of these pitches from Cabrera. Two of the best he's thrown tonight. Just dotting up the zone. So if you're Gino, take those and hope he hangs something here 0-2. Throw over to first again. Kellenic is back, so he can't throw over again. So Kellenic, if he wants to go, he can go. Yankees 2. Oh, yeah, the start against the Yankees, yes. Oh, that was – and especially after the way they lost the first two games that Yankees series, made it even more incredible, that start he had. The 0-2 from Cabrera to Gino. Fly ball, and I think he just got under that to center field. He did. The center fielder Hampson is there and makes the catch for out number 1. Just got under that one a little bit from Gino, almost to the warning track. But yeah, that Yankee start was so impressive because, Bryce and Logan got lit up by the Yankees, and he stepped up and delivered. Here's Cal Raleigh. I just noticed Cal does not have the goatee. He's rocking the mustache a little bit here. So I knew something looked different about Cal. It's the new facial hair, and he's got the 3-run home run. So let's see if the big dumper can do it again and really break this game open. Cabrera again throws over to Kellenic. Isn't that? Oh, it's 2 per at bat. 2 per at bat. That makes sense. Cal crushed a 3-run home run back in the second inning off of Cabrera. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think I remember them talking about that actually at one point with Stottlemyre. So that's really cool. That pitch misses down low, 1-0. Talk to him. Oh, that's awesome. And then his dad was the great Mel Stottlemyre, pitching coach for many years with the Yankees and actually for the Mariners one year, I think in 2008. The 1-0 to the big dumper, swing and a miss, 1-1. 1-1 to Cal. That home run was crushed. 105 off the bat, 409. Home run where a place where you don't see a lot of home runs hit from Cal Raleigh, or from players, hit by Cal Raleigh. 1-1 to Cal. Swing and a miss. There goes Kellenic. Oh, it's into center field. It gets away, and Jared Kellenic's getting to get to third base here. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I have a pretty good memory for sports stuff. Other things I can't remember, but it's all stupid sports things that nobody cares about stays in my brain. Kellenic with the stolen base, and Stallings threw it away. So a fly ball here from Cal Raleigh will make this a 4-0 game. He is in the hole, though, 1-2, so he's going to have to battle. When you're down 2 strikes, just find a way here. And that's a big run. You want to get that, just extend the lead here, add on runs. So this would be great if Cal can just get a fly ball here And Cal is a fly ball hitter. He lifts everything. So nice medium length fly ball should be able to score Jared Kelenic really easily. But Cabrera's got strikeout stuff. The 1-2 is low. That changeup, nasty. 2-2. Yeah, I agree. Y2K and Kelenic. That's the nice thing. He's had some cold stretches this year for Kelenic, but he still finds a way to work some walks, get on base, play good defense, whatever it is. He's still contributing. Yep, exactly. Steals and makes plays in the field. The 2-2 to Cal. And he just got a piece of that changeup. I have no idea how he did it. Fouled it off. 2-2. And that's the thing. And that's like, with a lot of these guys, everybody's going to go into slumps at some point. It's even like Kirby pitching. They're not all going to be great starts, but you've got to find a way to turn those 3 2/3 8-earned run starts into 5 inning 4-earned run starts. Just something to keep your team in the game when you don't have it. Like Kelenic here, he's struggling a little bit, but he works a nice walk. And if Cal can hit a fly ball, it's 4-0 thanks to Kelenic. 2-2 from Cabrera. You got to think that changeup is coming here. Cal even choking up a little bit to try and get to it. Just fouls it off. Nice job by Cal. Hello, Homero Castillo. Welcome in. Welcome in. Braves fan, welcome in. We will try and beat the Marlins for you. I'm not going to lie to you because we know a lot of Marlins fans here. I don't think the Braves have much to worry about. I think you guys can win that division pretty easily. That's just a Mariners fan opinion, so no jinx there. I think the Marlins will drop off a little bit. I don't think they're as good as their record shows so far, but you never know. 2-2 to Cal. Up high, 3-2. Nice at bat here by Cal. I like the Braves. I've always kind of liked the Braves. They're always on TV, on TBS as a kid. So loved Chipper, Andrew, Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz. Oh, those teams were loaded. Only time I didn't like him this year is when they took 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. But welcome in. If you're not subbed, hit that sub button. 3-2 to Cal Raleigh from Cabrera, and he will take his timeout. Good at bat here by Cal, but you want to finish it with an RBI. It doesn't have to be a base knock here, but if Cal can just find a way to get an RBI, this will be a fantastic, fantastic at bat from Cal. Cabrera at 67 pitches, so good chance the Mariners are going to have him out after 5 tonight. Rise goes 0 hits. I do too. So far, so good on a Rise. I just don't want to see him up with like the bases loaded or something. Yeah, Steve Avery going back even further there. But yeah, those Braves teams were loaded. Almost had a Braves-Mariners World Series in '95. Weren't too far away from it. The 3-2 from Cabrera to Cal. And that's going to be right to the first baseman, Gurriel. Steps on the bag for the out. Hit fairly hard by Cal, but nothing can do on that. Kelenic cannot advance 2 away. So the Mariners will need a base hit to get that 4th run, which I would really like to get in. Cal stung that pretty well, but right to Gurriel. So not much to do on that. Yep, 90. Then I remember 92 against Pittsburgh when they won that series. And then trying to think. Here's Chipper. Yeah, Chipper, all-time favorite player. That's a good one. Loved watching Chipper. Strike 1 to Mike Ford, 0-1. Mariners could use a base knock here. Ford hitting 158, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. Yeah, Chipper, that pitching staff too, but Chipper was great. Even guys like Javi Lopez were good players. Here's the 0-1 to Ford. Inside 1-1. That's the 70th pitch of the night for Cabrera. I'm trying to think of some other. The crime dog, Fred McGriff. Can't forget about McGriff, how great he was in the earlier 90s and mid-90s. The crime dog was great. Yeah, Junior was just so iconic. The 1-1 to Ford. Inside or down low, 2-1. But yeah, Junior was just, everybody did the Ken Griffey Jr. swing. This bag? Yes. There you go. Been interrupted. The 2-1 to Mike Ford. Ford with a drive. Deep right field. Back at the wall. Gone. 2-run home run for the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Ford. His 3rd home run of the year, and the Mariners have busted this game open 5-0. Good for Mike Ford. I think you meant Ken Griffey Jr. was legendary, William, but Mike Ford's pretty legendary too. And then Homero, I hope I said that correctly. There you go. Mariners take a 5-0 lead on the Marlins for you in the bottom of the 4th. Yes, let's go. We're on that way to that Mariners-Braves World Series. Mike Ford repping the trident. I don't know why Mike Ford looks hilarious with the trident. 5-0. That was Ford knew it too. He held that pose a little bit. I didn't think it was getting out, but it did, and that's a huge home run. Here's Caballero, takes low, ball 1. Ford, 3 home runs on the season now. He's given them that DH power that they've been missing. They haven't had much production from the DH, and Mike Ford has delivered as Caballero takes strike 1. Trying to edit this. The 1-1 to Caballero. In there for a strike, 1 and 2. Yeah, Ford is a big boy. And he does, you know what? I've always liked Mike Ford. Like, I don't think he's a superstar or anything, but he's always works the count. He gives you a quality at bat. He's a good bench bat to have. Like, do I think he's going to be their DH? There's 1-2 to Caballero, misses low 2 and 2 for, a couple of years. Probably not, but he's a perfect guy off the bench, a pinch hitter that can come and deliver quality at bat and can DH against right-handed pitching. Yeah, that was hit. That was a good hit. Caballero on the ground to short. It's going to be a tough play for Birdie. Double clutches, throws, fires. Caballero's safe. I think he was. I think he beat it out. Birdie kind of double clutched that a little bit. And Caballero's going to beat it out for an infield hit, doing his Caballero things, the troll work of Caballero. That's an understatement, 30th in MLB and D. Yeah, the DH production for the Mariners has been atrocious. Yeah, he's safe. Caballero's safe. Mike Ford hopefully has bumped that up maybe to 29th. We'll see. Got to check in on the A's. Hey, man, finally made a profile so I can comment. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Astro, are you an Astros fan? If so, welcome. Astros fans are actually so kind to me after I did my post game for the playoff series, and I kind of blew up the video. The video blew up, and Astros fans were awesome. So if you are an Astro fan, welcome in. Appreciate it. And go M's, absolutely. So welcome in, and thanks for watching. That really means a lot to me. Everybody that is here and has commented, truly from the bottom of my heart, it really does mean a lot to me. Nice to get teams that aren't so yeah, I mean, and the Marlins have been pretty good. So, but certainly it's just a nice change of pace here from the Mariners too. This is what they needed. I've talked about this. I was a physics major here, grew up attached. Oh, okay. Hey, okay. Gotcha. All good. And totally fine if you were an Astros fan. Wasn't hating, just wanted to make sure. Caballero's off. He's easily in there. Caballero, just another troll job today. A walk, an infield hit, 2 stolen bases. But yeah, right on. I hate the Astros too. I will say their fans have been really kind to me on YouTube, so I'm not going to hate on them too much. Yeah, Astros are just so loaded. Oh, man. But welcome in, Astro. Appreciate you commenting, and welcome to the game, or the feed, the stream. Mike Ford doesn't stick long term. Yep, always remember the Mike Ford home runs. Mike Ford's just one of those guys, like, easy to root for. 0-1 from JP. 0-1 to JP. Strike called on the inside corner. That was a ball. I praised this up, and he's like been bad ever since I started praising him. 0-2 to JP. Let's see if JP can get that hit right here and knock Cabrera out of the game. 80th pitch for Cabrera, the 0-2, outside 1-2. I would guess this is the last inning for Cabrera, but I don't know if the Marlins bullpen has been taxed at all. So if he can get through JP, they may let him pitch the 5th. I never know how teams' bullpens are coming into series outside of the Mariners. The 1-2 to JP. Did he go? JP looks hurt. JP swung at that, held up, and I wonder if he pulled something. I'm assuming they said no swing. Looked like he did go around, but the trainer's coming out to look at JP. That's always tough when you hold up your swing. Sometimes it's better just go around, and rather have JP swing and miss at that than get hurt. Oh, it looks like he's walking it off, or is he coming out? He's trying to walk it off. JP's a gamer. He's not going to want to come out. So JP swings at – that's a swing. I can't believe they said he didn't go around. He 100% went around. JP and his quick – yeah, hopefully he's not hurt too bad. You just get worried about muscle tears and pulls here when you stop your swing like that, in the calf area and the thighs and everything like that. You don't want to see anything bad happen. I can't believe they said JP didn't go around on that. I thought for sure he did. He's going to step in there. We'll see how good JP looks here. He may be taking a couple pitches and hope for a walk. 2-2 from Cabrera to JP Crawford. Fouls it off 2-2. Yeah, he's gimpy a little bit. Sometimes these guys will finish an inning than the defensive replacements. So we'll see if we see Dylan Moore in the fifth. But yeah, so far, hopefully, as long with baseball gods are with the M's, hopefully nothing though with JP here. Hopefully he's okay, because that would be a typical Mariner fashion, a good game, but an injury. JP line drive foul. Yeah, he's hurting. You can see, if you guys are watching the game, his back foot, his back leg there is not turning like it normally does. Do you think it's possible we go after Stroman? Wilfredo, welcome into the chat, man. Welcome in. Could be. It's really going to depend for the Mariners on if they're in contention at the deadline. They've got to get going a little bit too here and pick it up. 2-2 to JP is low, 3-2. But I do think starting pitching is actually a need, because you've got Miller and Wu with a combined 9-10 starts in that rotation. You would like a bit of a veteran presence there. So I would love for them to look at someone like Stroman, but they've also got to get back over 500 here a little bit before we start looking at buying. 3-2 to JP, swing and a miss, 95. So we'll see. Hopefully JP's okay. We will go to the top of the fifth. Mike Ford, 2-run home run for the big man. 5-0 Mariners. Everybody, welcome in. If you are not already subscribed, hit that sub button for me. Really appreciate it. But yeah, Wilfredo, I definitely think that, the bats, I am 100% still in on this season. They're only 4.5 out at the start of tonight. So they're certainly not out of it. But the division's, going to be tough. And they need to be over 500. They need to get, I would even say, William, 4 or 5, depending on where the rest of the league is. But yeah, you want to get 5, 6, somewhere in there over 500. But I definitely do, Wilfredo, I agree with going after starting pitching. And even though people say it's the offense that needs help, you can, there's nothing wrong with just getting better as a team. It doesn't matter if it's pitching or hitting. Getting better is getting better. So I have no problem with them going after some starting pitching, especially depending on, the status of Marco and everything like that. So let me just change the banner here to the top of the fifth. Hopefully, if George Kirby doing some special things, we get some more people in here maybe. So we'll see. I shouldn't have said that, but we'll see. I hope it's not the Stroh show that you guys are after. Christian, I forgot Christian's a Cubs fan. I forgot he's a Cubs fan. I love Miller and Wu, decent, but someone like Strom. Yeah, I'm with you, Wilfredo, and I really do think not a lot of people are talking about it, but the Mariners do need starting pitching. You don't want to rely on Miller and Wu, not and knock on those guys, but this is their first year, and you've got George Kirby in his first full season, so you've got so much youth in that rotation. Getting Marco back will help that. But Marco's not nearly the caliber of a Robbie Ray or a Marcus Stroman pitcher. So you would love to get someone like that. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate that. I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate everybody that's in here, man. Really do, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, guys. And thank you for the kind comments. Really appreciate that. Here is Garrett Cooper against George Kirby as the top of the fifth is underway. And the pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 5-0 Mariners as we begin the top of the fifth inning here. Garrett Cooper stepping in. 55 pitches for George Kirby. Cooper, 233, 7 homers, 24 RBIs. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Yes, I know. You're right, William. I did not say it directly. Only in the fourth. Usually, once we get to the fifth, that's when I kind of start going, okay, it's out there. Usually don't try to get too much through 4 innings. The 0-2 from Kirby to Cooper. Fouled it off. Good pitch from Kirby. We'll do the 0-2 one more time. 10 people in here. That's awesome. I know for some people it's not a lot, but for me it is. So really appreciate everybody that's in here. If you haven't liked the video and hit that subscribe button, if you're not already subscribed, helps me grow my channel on trying to get monetized and all that stuff. So thank you to everybody that is in here. Kirby's 0-2 to Cooper. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 at 97. Oh, man, the Mariners just posted a great stat that I want to say, but I don't want it to be. Can I say it? I'm not going to say what's happening, but I'm not going to say it. But Swinging. I'll say it after the game. Yeah, this is like I love hanging out with people watching the game. It's like at the sports bar having a beer, watching the game. That's what I'm all about. You guys make it easier for me too if the Mariners struggle. So really appreciate it. Here is Yuli Gurriel showing bunt. That's a ball, but it's called strike. Strike one. He is at, let's see, pitch count's gonna come up for me here. 59 through 4 1/3. So pitch count is fine. Maybe a little on the high end, but not too bad. The 0-1 to Gurriel, outside 1-1. Yeah, exactly. It's just it's fun to hang out with people, watch games, and and just it's really I started YouTube. It's my way to get my kind of venting out there on this for my team. So really enjoying it. The 1-1 pitch to Gurriel is in there for a strike. Great pitch from Kirby, 1-2, right where Cal was setting up. Also, that's the other thing too. Kirby's command has been outstanding. Yeah, I agree, Christian. I am with you, my man. I am with you. The 1-2 from Kirby to Gurriel. Good pitch, breaking ball, but it misses 2-2. But a good pitch. Even Kirby's misses tonight have been really good pitches. Like they're purpose misses. They're not bad command pitches. They're trying to get guys to chase with 2 strikes. The 2-2. Appreciate that, Wilfredo. Thank you. Kirby's 2-2. Is going to be Kelenic dives, a base hit, and it gets by Kelenic. He's mad in between diving for that and not diving for it. And of course, the former Astro, Yuli Gurriel, breaks up actually it was a perfect game that he broke up. We were saying no hitter was actually a perfecto. I lost a couple people in the chat. They must have come in for the perfect game through 4 1/3. That was a tough one. Gurriel just in on the hands, just as he has always done. Just don't get burned out. Yeah, no, that's definitely been something I'm careful on, is getting burnt out, doing so much stuff that I end up, not liking it and everything. So I definitely try to find that balance. Yeah, base hit for Gurriel, ends up in second. Segura swings and misses. So runner at second. I don't know. I think that's going to be a single and an error. It kind of bounced by Kelenic. So 4 1/3. That's the stat I wanted to say is before that, the Marlins have 1 hit in this series, now just 2. So great job by the Mariners pitching. Now it's time to keep the zeros on the board. Kirby's 0-1 to Gene Segura. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So I will say the pressure's off. Now go get a W. Go get yourself a win if you're George Kirby. That's a tough. Kelenic was so mad because he was kind of in between diving for that, not diving for it. But Kelenic's going to give all-out effort. Yeah, of course it's Gurriel, who's like haunted the Mariners as an Astro. Of course he has to break it up. But the Mariners are up 5-0. I'm not going to complain. Like I can't be mad at a game where the Mariners are up 5-0. But got to keep them here. It's amazing, the commitment. Oh, thank you, man. Christian, I really appreciate that. It's the 0-2. Let me get the 0-2 to Segura here, outside 1-2, to make it every night. And they're pretty easy. I just hop on and I don't do any prep. I just kind of vent my thoughts on the game. Because I know for me, I always liked watching videos of people that just had that raw emotion after the game. You felt that like, I agree with him. I like hearing that. So that's kind of the reason I did that. The 1-2 to Segura, swing and a miss, strike 3. 97 from Kirby, 2 down. He's played. Yeah, Kelenic's been great in the field. Nothing he could do on that. And Gurriel has such a big swing that always is going to look like it's going further than it is. I'm not going to lie, for very selfish reasons, I wanted that perfect game to stay intact. Thought maybe get some more viewers as we go deeper into it, but I'm very much enjoying hanging out with all of you guys here and talking about the game. Here is John Birdie, the shortstop. That's outside, ball 1 from Kirby. Looks like they're talking about raffle tickets, the 50-50 raffle. I think every stadium does one of those. Total jackpot, 5,000. The 1-0 from Kirby to Birdie. Up high, 2-0. Kirby's still very sharp this inning. Even the Gurriel one, just a little blooper that fell in. Like I said, I'm assuming that's going to be scored a single and an error. I'll double check for the box score once this half inning is over. Kirby's 2-0 to John Birdie. Kirby's set and the pitch. Up high, 3-0. Imagine we sweep Marlins and the White. I mean, it's possible. Let's we'll for one game at a time. I always try and do that. Yeah, Yankees are out, Judge. There's a chance here. This team can get back in it. And the Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup 9-3. Holy cow. Congrats to any Vegas Golden Knights fans. The 3-0 to Birdie is in there for a strike, 3-1. But yeah, this is, if they can get this game here, the game yesterday, obviously the first two, a chance for a big homestand here for the Mariners, a chance to get really back in this thing. Kirby's 3-1 to John Birdie, who grounded out back in the third inning. And Birdie fouls it off 3-2. So congrats to the Vegas Golden Knights on winning the Stanley Cup. I believe that's their first Stanley Cup championship. 9-3. Holy cow. The Panthers must have pulled a goalie or something, because that's a lot of goals. And if there's any Kraken fan out there in here, congrats to a great year to the Seattle Kraken. I am not a Kraken fan, just didn't grow up with them. But 3-2 from Kirby to Birdie is down the line. Tasker giving it a look, and it is foul. I am unfortunately a Arizona Coyotes fan, which is very brutal. It's like the Oakland A's of hockey. Got to check out the A's score, too, in a minute here, because they've won 6 in a row. The 3-2 from Kirby to Birdie. Let's see if Kirby can finish off this inning here. Keep that pitch count in good shape. It's 3-2. Strike 3 called. Ooh, great pitch from Kirby. It looked like it was a little high, but George gets the call, and he is with 5 through 5 shutout innings. It's the Mariners 5 and the Marlins nothing heading to the bottom of the 5th. Let's check out some scores around the league here while we have a commercial break. Yeah, Kirby's strikeout to walk ratio is insane. He entered tonight at 61-6, and he has 8 strikeouts to no walks. So he is now at 69 strikeouts to 6 walks. George Kirby is ridiculous. Remember Brian Holman against the A's? Batted away from Ken Phelps, pinch hit. Then Brian struck out Ricky. You know what? I don't remember that, unfortunately. A lot of those happened when I was a kid. And I remember, I have very certain specific memories of things, but I don't remember that one per se. I've probably seen the highlights 100 times, William, but just didn't see it. So we've obviously got the Mariners are up 5-0 on the Marlins. Bottom of the 9th, the Giants up 11-3 on the Cardinals. It has been a rough season for the Cardinals. That will drop them to 27-41. Thank goodness their division has been weak, because otherwise they are on the verge of being eliminated. Christian, Chicago Cubs up 4-3 on the Pittsburgh Pirates in the top of the 7th. I hope they pull it out for you, my man. Angels up 7-3 on the Rangers, bottom 9. I'm not sure if that's a good thing for the Mariners at this point. The Angels are ahead of us in the wild card. I'd almost say just let Texas win these games. Okay, back after Randy left. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I think I do remember that now. I think I do. It is ringing a bit of a bell. But the Angels up 7-3. So I'm not sure who we're rooting for in the Angels and Rangers, honestly, but 7-3 Angels. Padres up 6-2 on the Guardians, bottom 5th. Rays up 1-0 on the A's, top of the 6th. That's their protest game. So it should be a sold-out crowd in Oakland tonight. The Phillies up 7-0 on the Diamondbacks, who've been playing great ball, top of the 5th. Dodgers up 4-0 on the White Sox, top 4. It looks like Cabrera's day is done. Orioles beat the Blue Jays 11-6. Rockies in 10 innings defeat the Red Sox 7-6. Yankees defeat the Mets, 7-6. Mariners hoping for a Yankee loss. Twins beat the Brewers 7-5. Reds beat the Royals 5-4. Archie Bradley is going to be the new pitcher for the Marlins. Astros take down the Nationals 6-1. And the Braves and the Tigers were postponed for rain. Let me just edit this as Archie Bradley, who I have not seen in a while. He, most notably in the Diamondbacks, pitched for the Angels and Phillies. Here's Julio, and he'll take strike 1 from Bradley. So Cabrera done. Nice job by the Mariners against a good pitcher to chase him after 4 innings. So a nice job by the M's. How does the protesting game stuff work? So I guess the A's are essentially let me wait for this at bat 10. 0-1 to Julio, and he fouls it off 0-2. The A's are doing like a reverse protest, so they want their owner to sell so the team can stay in Oakland. So they're all showing up to the game and selling that out just to show that, hey, we're not the problem. The issue is the team. So kind of cool. I actually went to a lot of games in Oakland growing up, so I do have some love for A's fans. It's actually a pretty good fan base there. And, I know we can have some complaints about Mariners ownership, but my God, does Oakland ownership not care at all? And I'm all for making a profit. I'm all for it, but you got to care about the team a little bit. 0-2 to Julio on the ground, right to the first baseman, Gurriel. He will make the play at first for the out. Yeah, I agree. Julio's kind of due. He's talking with Gurriel, having a good time. I think he's joking with him, robbing him there. So Julio is out number one. He actually hit that pretty hard. Root Twitter Tuesday. So if you're on Twitter, Root Sports does a contest for questions and stuff with giveaways. I answered the first one, and I said there'd be 5 pitchers used for a chance to win a JP bobblehead. Here's Ty France. And that's a low ball one. Yeah, I feel bad for A's fans too, Christian. They're a pretty loyal fan base. They've won 6 in a row, so that's good for them there. Ty swings and misses 1-1, but it's been a rough year for them. So hopefully they can. I hope they stay in Oakland. Honestly, I hope they stay in Oakland also for the Mariners' sake. That team goes to Vegas, spends money, it's going to be trouble. 1-1, Ty fouls it off, 2-1. Coach up prospects, they good. Yep, and that's been the way all the way back to early 2000s for the A's. Get them up there, then they leave and never pay the players. Problem is they go to Vegas and they start spending money. Then you got the Angels, Rangers, A's, all these teams in the division outspending the Mariners possibly. Outside, one on the 1-2 pitch from Ty will be 2-2. So from that aspect, I hope they stay in Oakland, and I hope they stay in Oakland for their fans as well. Archie Bradley comes set. His 2-2 pitch to Ty France. Ooh, Ty fouls that one off the inside of his knee. 2-2. The Mariners, some guys taking beatings tonight. JP, I guess JP was out there in the top half of the inning. I didn't see any differently. Speaking of the A's, former A's catcher Stephen Vogt in the Mariners bullpen. He is the bullpen catcher. Always a fun guy. $800 million. Yeah, Texas is going to spend. They're going to keep spending. The Angels are willing to spend. Houston's not a huge spending team, but they're already so loaded anyways. And my gosh, if the A's would start to spend too, and they've got some decent young players like Ruiz, Noda, and stuff like that, they could be dangerous. Inside to Ty, full count, 3-2. Julio was the first batter of the inning. He grounded out to first. Ty, and he will be followed by Teoscar Hernandez. Mariners doing their damage on 2 home runs tonight. The 3-2 to Ty France, and that's fouled off. Good at bat from Ty. In the second inning, Cal Raleigh, a 3-run home run, gave the Mariners a 3-0 lead. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Mike Ford, a 2-run home run. So that it's Showtime's next. Going to be interesting what happens with Shohei next year. Going to be really, really interesting to see where Shohei Ohtani ends up. Would love to see him in Seattle. I just don't know if that's going to happen. The Mariner fans have the French baguettes out for Ty France and the French flags. Looks like I'm pitching or a mound visit. So it'll be 3-2 on Ty France, still from Archie Bradley, who I did not know was on the Marlins this year. Like I said, most notably from the Diamondbacks. And here is the 3-2 from Bradley. Inside ball 4. Good take by Ty. 1 out base on it all. This team with Ohtani would be so much fun. To have imagine Julio and Ohtani and Castillo on the same team. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. Gonna coast a pile. Oh yeah, gonna cost a pile of dough. Sorry if I'm not. My eye. I probably need glasses, so I'm trying to read it from afar, so I don't always see the comments. Yeah, Shohei's gonna cost just a couple bucks, I think, just a few. Price of a cup of coffee an hour. Here's Teoscar. He takes low, strike 1. Price of 3,000 cups of coffee a minute, maybe. Bradley comes set. The 0-1 to Teoscar Hernandez on the way. He walked in the second. That's in their 0-2. Good pitch from Bradley. Bottom of the zone for the first 2 pitches. Ty France at first with a 1-out walk. I'd like to see the Mariners out on a couple runs just to make it, just to put that exclamation point on this one. Bradley comes set. His 0-2 to Teoscar Hernandez. Up high, 1-2. Sorry if you guys are hearing those beeps, just getting notifications on the computer. Just want to make sure got enough battery. Definitely do. The 1-2 from Archie Bradley, he throws over to first. Boy, if Ty France gets picked off again, I'm going to lose it because I have no idea why Ty France should be running bases like a little league kid with both feet standing on top of the base. Like the 6-year-olds do. Do you guys have any big names that are going to be free agents next year? Teoscar Hernandez will be a free agent. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and down goes Teoscar Hernandez. And they'll bring up Jared Kelenic. I'm not positive on the bullpen. All the pitchers are under contract. Castillo, Ray, Kirby, Gilbert. Thought it was yeah, right. Marco is due for a big price pay increase, so he might end up being a free agent if they move on. I think Teoscar Hernandez, maybe some bullpen guys, I don't know. But I think Teoscar is the only real notable free agent as Bradley delivers strike one to Jared Kelenic. 2 outs, 1 on for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th. Is Sewald a free agent? Is he? Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know he was or not. Pitchers are so hard with arbitration and stuff. 4 point. Okay, yeah. So Paul Sewald's a free agent. I mean, that's one they can work. Work out if they need to. 1-1. Yeah, Christian. Nothing too major. I mean, if Teoscar heats up and starts hitting like he's done the last couple of years, then yeah, that becomes kind of a big name. But right now, nothing too major for the Mariners. That's why I don't think they're going to be big sellers if they do sell. Here's the 1-1 to Kelenic, and he hits that one to fairly shallow center field. Hampson going back. He's got it, and the side is retired. We will head to the top of the 6th. It's the Mariners 5, the Marlins nothing. Yeah, Teo's on a 1-year deal. And for Teo, just going to depend if he gets hot. I'm not against bringing him back, but he's got to show that consistency. Paul Sewald, just depends if the Mariners are out of contention. He's someone they could trade easily. Yeah, exactly. If Sewald's not traded, giving him the contract 10 years, a no-brainer at all. So I'm not worried about that. If Sewald's not traded, he'll be back. They're not going to let him walk, and he's not going to cost too much money either. And then, so yeah, Teoscar will be able to win. And there'll be trades and stuff. And again, I'm not positive on some of the guys on the bench and stuff like that. Animal Sanctuary, what's up, my man? Sorry for late appearance. No, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. Never need to apologize. Everything is going good on the stream. Appreciate you stopping by as always, man. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy your night. Clutch. Who are we saying is Clutch? Sewald? Is that who we were talking about? Yeah, Paul Sewald. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's super clutch. He's been great for this team and just a great story too. And it's so funny because every year you kind of think, Sewald might drop off a little bit. He never has good springs. Even in the playoffs last year, he was kind of pushed behind Brash and Munoz and all those guys. And then right back to it this year, he's the guy again. So, Sewald's he's the fine wine, just gets better with age. We are in the top of the 6th. What time are we at? 13. So we're about an hour and 30 minutes. So not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, always good to see Animal Sanctuary in here. So I've definitely got some of my great subscribers in here. Really appreciate you guys all stopping in. And I hope you're all enjoying the stream. It's been a lot of fun. I always enjoy doing these more than anything. Like I said, if you are one of my subs here, probably no post-game recap tonight. We'll talk for a couple minutes after the game. Yes, exactly, for Sewald. He's just, like I said, every spring I'm like, I don't know, maybe Sewald, because he doesn't throw super hard. So I'm always thinking, he may drop off a little bit, and he just doesn't. Every year he steps up and is amazing. Here is Kirby's pitch to Stallings, and it's a breaking ball dropped in at the top of the zone for strike one as we begin the top of the 6th inning from Seattle. It's the Mariners 5, the Marlins nothing. Thank you to everybody that has just joined or has been here. The 0-1 from Kirby to Stallings, swing and a miss, strike 2. Yeah, what's great about Sewald is he's 92, 93, but that arm angle, he kind of gets out in front of it, comes on you so fast. I bet you it feels like 95, 96, especially with his breaking ball. Kirby's 0-2 to Stallings. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 9th strikeout for Mr. George Kirby. Yeah, Sewald can spot his pitches so well. When he does, he is so tough to hit. Well, Kirby has certainly bounced back nicely after a rough start. I did talk before the season. I thought Kirby was kind of a dark horse Cy Young candidate. Strikeout to walk ratio is definitely good enough. Just needs to avoid some of those clunkers, and he'll be in the conversation. There's a strike to the center fielder, Garrett Hampson, batting second here in the 6th inning. Hard to pick. Yeah, exactly. Seawald very hard to pick up. Like I said, with that arm angle, that 92 feels harder than it is. Hampson, a little blooper, is going to drop in for a little Texas Leaguer base hit. So the Marlins have a one-out base runner as Garrett Hampson flips a single in to right field over the head of Caballero. One out, one on, and that will turn around the order. And this is where you got to be a little careful with this Marlins team. That'll bring up Luis Ariz, who the Mariners have kept off the bases all series, which is awesome, but it also makes you kind of nervous because, he's due. It's like when you see Mike Trout, not comparing Ariz to Trout, but when you see those guys over, you get a little bit nervous because they're not going to be over for long. Here is Kirby's pitch to Ariz as Cal sits up way inside. And it gets by Cal. That'll move Hampson into second. That's going to be a pass ball by Cal Raleigh. That looked like a pretty good pitch. I actually think that might have been a strike, but because it got by Cal, it's called a ball. As that normally happens when a catcher drops a ball, it's hard for them to pick up where it was in the zone. That actually looked like a strike, but not going to get on the up. For that, Cal's got to catch that. Runner in scoring position for the Marlins for just the second time today. Scott said it one night last year at Seawald. Yeah, I agree. Heavy ball. That's a good way to say it. I think that makes a lot of sense with Paul Seawald. Here is Kirby's 1-0 pitch to Ariz. Ooh, good pitch. That was in there, but it's called a ball 2-0. Oh, that was a beautiful pitch by Kirby. You hate not getting that call because that's a great breaking ball dropped in at the bottom of the zone there. But George Kirby does not get the call. 2-0 to the dangerous Luis Ariz. And that's a line drive caught by JP. What a catch by JP Crawford on the line drive. 2 down. That thing was headed for center field. And JP makes the catch. Thought he'd have a chance to double up Hampson. But Hampson gets back to second base quickly. Great play by JP to go up and get that ball. I thought for sure off the bat Ariz had himself a hit. But Ariz giveth and he taketh away. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense in that context. But here's Jorge Soler, the dangerous Soler. 19 home runs on the season. Got to be careful. He sends a ground ball back up the middle, a base hit. That will get a run home from the Marlins as Hampson will come around and score. RBI single for Jorge Soler, and it's a 5-1 ball game. That's a big hit for the Marlins. Certainly not over yet. And when you get it down to 4, I always say 5's a nice lead because there's no hit that can tie it. There's no 5-run home run, but down 4, a couple base runners and the tying run does come to the plate, not playing doom or gloom or anything about it. I think the Mariners are in great shape. But just, you like having that 5-run lead because it keeps you away from that one hit that can tie it. Here's De La Cruz with Soler at first. Fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. Yeah, good thing JP got that because otherwise it's probably 5-1 runners at first and third with 1 out. So 2 outs. Did I say 1 out? 2 outs right now. We got 2 outs top of the 6th. 0-1 pitched to De La Cruz coming up. Stallings lit off the inning with a strikeout, and Ariz had the line out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. Wonder if this is the last inning for George Kirby. He is at, I think, 85 pitches. 85 right on the button. You've got Munoz, Brash, Seawald all rested. I wonder if Scott goes to them here. We'll see what happens. Let's get Kirby out of this inning first. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Fastball up in the zone. Don't hold it back now if you're George Kirby. Could be your last pitch of the night. Finish strong. Kirby 1 strike away from his 10th strikeout of the night. Runner at first. 2 outs. 1-2 pitch to De La Cruz from George Kirby. And the pitch. Grounder, going to charge is Gino. He can't get to it. It'll be an infield hit. Just got under Gino's glove. Charged in, couldn't make the play. And it'll now be first and second for Garrett Cooper. Little infield hit. Gino charged. De La Cruz runs well. It doesn't go under Gino's glove. It goes off the wrist, heel of the glove there. And it should be, I'm assuming that's going to be scored an infield hit for De La Cruz. And so I'll talk about when you get to a 4-run game. Now, Marlins are 1 swing away from, I'm with you, Christian, kind of wanted to get that, and this is why I said with 4-run leads, you never know. Their base tying run is on the on-deck circle. Certainly not panic or anything like that, but definitely want to get Garrett Cooper out here. That's a tough one. I imagine the bullpen's going to start stirring a little bit for Scott. Gino blows a big bubble of bubble gum. I'd like to see the replay. I'm not sure if Gino. I know Dela Cruz runs pretty well, but I think Gino would have had him. I think they would have gotten him. Big at bat here. Here comes Garrett Cooper. And the pitch from Kirby. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Cooper, decent power, 7 home runs on the season. So he can get you. And that also means this is probably definitely the last inning for Kirby, would be my guess. Here comes the 0-1 from George Kirby to Garrett Cooper. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Kirby had 0-2, just like he was with De La Cruz. Got to put him away here, end it right here. Kirby getting the sign from Cal. And the 0-2 pitch. Kirby comes set. His 0-2 to Garrett Cooper is on the way and fouled off. Good job by Cooper to stay alive there. That's the pitch that he swung through last time, gets a piece of it this time. Wonder if Kirby tries, he's been going with the fastball. Wonder if he tries to drop a breaking ball in here just to show him something else, something out of the zone here with a breaking ball, and then go back to that fastball, change that eye level a little bit, change that bat speed a little bit. Here comes Kirby's 0-2. Yep, Cal sitting up outside. It's a fastball. Cooper hits it to right field. Teoscar going over in the corner. I can't see it. I think it is a foul ball. This is where I would kill to have announcers. I believe it's a foul ball. The TV didn't show it. It went into that corner in right field. Definitely didn't want Cooper on. Yeah, exactly. Gurriel on deck. Oh, Teoscar could have had that. Oh, boy, that's 2 now. The Gino and then Teo had that. I think it's tough behind that wall because that wall kind of blocks you off from the ball there, but it looks like Teoscar Hernandez could have caught that baseball. That's a shame. You do not want that to come back and bite you. And Cooper's catching up to that fastball a little bit. So you got to be careful here now. That's why I'd go breaking ball here. Cooper's starting to catch up to that fastball. Kirby's 0-2 to Garrett Cooper. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Or just go with the heat. What do I know? 98 strikes out Cooper. That will end the 6th inning. It is the Mariners 5, the Marlins 1, and 10 strikeouts tonight for George Kirby. I imagine that will be the end of his evening. Little tough defense there, forced him to throw a few extra pitches, but it happens. I think Teo could have caught that ball down the right field line if you guys are watching, but the stands kind of jet out there, and I think he was blocked a little bit. I think that's kind of like you can't see it, then that ball comes out there. So I think it's a tougher catch for Teo to make than it actually appears to be. He is into Gold Glove, not near as good as him. Yeah, I agree. Teo's not. He's been decent, I will say that. He hasn't had any like gaffes, any gaffes or any whatever you gaff, whatever you want to say, like any boneheaded plays. But yeah, Mitch makes that catch. Mitch Haniger makes that catch. I'd actually prefer some kind of outfield with Dylan Moore out there and Teo DHing, but is what it is. I know Teoscar Hernandez, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like to DH. He feels more comfortable playing the field hitting. Yeah, Christian, good outing. Kirby was fantastic tonight. No doubt about it. I imagine turning it over to the bullpen now. I imagine it's going to go Topa, Munoz, Seawald would be my guess here. I forgot to add the Marlins scored. My apologies. And all Mariners scoring. So let's see. Hopefully the Mariners can maybe add on a run here and get that run right back. It is going to be 5-1 going to the bottom of the 6th inning here from the beautiful Pacific Northwest. If you are new here, hit that like button, hit the sub button. I'm assuming most people in here are probably subscribers, so thank you already. But if you are new here, you're just kind of lurking, hanging out, appreciate it. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a lot. Yep, agreed. Standing ovation for George Kirby. He was fantastic tonight. Would have liked to seen him be able to go 7 innings, but it's okay. He was still really good. And just a couple, if Gino makes that play, he probably is good to go out for the 7th, but it is what it is. Gino will lead off, so maybe Gino can put one over the fence here to make up for it. Pitch from Bradley, misses inside, ball 1. Archie Bradley's 2nd inning of work here. Eugenio Suarez, base hit in the 2nd inning, led to in front of Cal Raleigh, who had the 3-run home run. That misses inside, 2-0. See if the Mariners, like I said, can string together another couple runs and really put this game out of reach. Bradley's 2-0 to Gino. It's good. Oh, foul tip, 2-1. Okay. I was like, that's a ball, but it must have just tipped Gino's bat. Are some moments where I miss having the volume on because it's hard to sometimes tell what all happened. Like that Teoscar play, I had no idea if he made the catch or not. 2-1 to Gino, swing and a miss, 2-2 from Archie Bradley. We'll see who's warming up in the pen. My guess is going to be Justin Topa for the 7th. Let's see who's coming up for the Marlins. It's going to be Gurriel, Segura, and Birdie. That misses down low. Full count to Gino, 3-2. Yep, 10 strikeouts for Kirby over 6 innings. I'll get his final line here after the Mariners bat in this inning. But 6 shutout innings from George Kirby and was perfect through 4 1/3 tonight as well. So a great outing from Kirby. Good bounce back. The 3-2 from Bradley to Gino is fouled away. Good breaking ball. Nice job by Gino to get a piece. And the count will remain 3-2. Archie Bradley, good beard. He has been around for a while. His 3-2 is low, ball 4. So Eugenio Suarez works a leadoff walk. And the Mariners got some cooking here in the bottom of the 6th. And here comes the home run hero, Cal Raleigh. If you're just joining us, I did predict a Cal Raleigh home run earlier today. So, even broken clocks are right twice a day. Yuri Perez goes tomorrow for the Marlins, 20-year-old, 6'8", 240, number 6 overall prospect in baseball. He is a good one. He will go against Luis Castillo tomorrow. Should be a dandy. Bradley misses inside to Cal, 1-0. Hopefully Luis Castillo can show the young kid a thing or two about pitching in the big leagues. But Perez is a amazing talent. The Marlins' number 1 prospect, like I said, number 6 in all of baseball. 1-0 to Cal is inside 2-0. So Archie Bradley having a little trouble finding the strike zone here tonight. I think he had a walk last inning, and he's got a leadoff walk to Gino, and he's 2-0 here to Cal Raleigh. Archie Bradley, one of the top setup men in the baseball at one point, more relegated to sort of middle inning relief at this point in his career. The 2-0 from Bradley to Cal in there, 2-1. I think Cal wants that one back. He wants to turn on that pitch. A little bit inside. I think that would have been a tough one for Cal to get out of here, or he doesn't think it was a strike. It was. It was in there. Cal will take his time out here. Gino is on first after a leadoff walk. Gino's reached base twice now with the base hit and a walk. Would still like to see some extra base power from Gino, but we'll take a 500 OBP for the day. 2-1 to Cal is low, 3-1. So Bradley in danger of walking the first 2 men. It'd be great to see the Mariners get a little traffic here, like I said, and kind of put this one away. Marlins still kind of hanging around. Got a run in the top of the 6th on a Soler RBI single, which scored Garrett Hampson. Here's the 3-1 to Cal. Inside, ball 4. So walks to the first 2 men of the inning for the Mariners. Gino walks, Cal walks, and that will bring up another big bopper in Mike Ford, who hit a 2-run home run back in the 4th inning. So a couple on for Ford. Do you have Mike Ford bunt? I don't think so. You think Mike Ford's ever bunted? Mike Ford reminds me of like a mini Daniel Vogelbach. And he wears the same number as Vogelbach as well, that number 20. Couple on for Mike Ford. Would love to see the Mariners out on here. He's going to work a good at-bat. Here's the pitch from Archie Bradley, and that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Good pitch from Bradley. Just caught that inside corner. Ford's done a nice job working the count. 3 home runs already for Mike Ford, hitting 200, 3 homers, 4 RBIs. He's not a guy you're going to get a ton of batting average from, but he's going to work good count, get on base, and he's got some pop. Here's the 0-1. Another good pitch from Bradley. Just catch that inside corner. 0-2. Rays are up 1-0. Nice last batter for Bradley. Probably, doubt Ford's ever been called the mini anything before. You're right, Astro. I don't think he has. Yeah, I don't know. 0-2 to Ford, he fouls that one off. It probably for Bradley, I don't know. This might just be, I don't know what Bradley's like pitch count stuff is. I don't know how the Marlins bullpen is. It could just be a you got to eat it type moment, where it's like, hey, we're down, our bullpen's taxed. You got to get a 6 out some way, somehow. Ford's going to have to battle. He's in an 0-2 hole here. Here's the pitch from Bradley, and it's down low 1-2. And the A's have tied it up against the Rays 1-1. The Oakland A's are looking for their 7th straight win. Good for them, good for their fan bases. Hopefully they can outlast the race tonight. That's 1-1, bottom 7. Here is the 1-2 pitch from Bradley to Ford. Is low, 2-2. Good breaking balls from Bradley. Nice job by Mike Ford to spit on those. Now he's worked himself back into maybe getting a fastball here. Bradley dotted a couple fastballs early in this at-bat on the inside corner. Let's see what he has, 2-2. 36 pitches for Bradley, so that's got to be close to, I would assume, a season high for him. The 2-2. Ford into left field. That might drop in. It will drop in. Will it score a run? It will not. It's going to load the bases with nobody out. A little bloop single for Mr. Mike Ford, using that speed to get a bloop hit. Ford with a couple hits today. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Yeah, that's a problem for me too, William. When I'm like doing these, I don't know if anybody's up in the bullpens or not. And then I have it on mute because I don't want to get any copyright dings or anything for having the volume on. So I have no idea who's up in the bullpens and what's going on. So kind of tough. It's awesome because I get to watch and communicate with you guys. It's the only thing, though, that I can't really tell. Meeting of the minds on the mound. Mel Stottlemyre coming out to talk to Mr. Bradley. Bases loaded, nobody out here for the pest, Jose Caballero. There is a lefty getting warm in the Marlins bullpen. I can't tell who that is. Yep, exactly. Line drive in the box score. Steven Okert, former San Francisco Giant, getting loose in the Marlins bullpen. He is most undoubtedly getting ready for J.P. Crawford. So this, William, will be the last batter for Archie Bradley. He'll face Caballero. And then it'll be Okert for J.P. Would love to see something in the gap here, just break this game wide open. But again, just get some runs here. Just even one run is big. Get that run back that the Marlins got, last inning. I think you're ahead of me, William. Hopefully Caballero does something good here because we got a nice cabbie. So I'm assuming something good here. Here's the pitch. Fouled it off. So maybe I'm not. Maybe just we're happy that Caballero is batting. 0-1. Fouled that one off his foot. No, you're fine, William. If you're no worries, man. If you're ahead, all good. I just wasn't sure. As long as it's good news, I'm happy. So hopefully Caballero maybe does something here. If you're new here, we got 11 people in here. Hit that like, hit the sub button. If you're new, join the conversation. Just hanging out, having a good time. Jose Caballero up here, an 0-1 pitch from – oh, you're good, William. You're good. 0-1 pitch from Bradley to Jose Caballero. And it's down the line, fair ball. That should clear him. Well, I don't know with Mike Ford running. Don't exactly have wheels out there. Gino will score. Caballero's going to go for third. Mike Ford will score. Is the ball stuck out there? Something is 8-1 Mariners. Jose Caballero clears them off. Doing my best Aaron Goldsmith impression there. A 3-run triple. What a game for Caballero. DFA Colton Wong. Caballero, this is the second baseman. No doubt in my mind. The Mariners blow it open. Jose Caballero, 8-1. What a beautiful, beautiful hit down the line. Blow it open. That was perfect. I didn't know. I couldn't tell if that got stuck in the corner. I wasn't sure if it was going to score everybody. Cal and Mike Ford aren't exactly Ricky Henderson's out there on the bases, but it looked like it kind of got away from Dela Cruz. Hey, you know what? Ford's moving pretty well. Those short strides, not too bad. Big man's got some legs there. 8-1 and a runner at third for Caballero. Oh, you're good, William. Man, seriously, no worries. I just wasn't sure, when you said that nice cap, so it's all good. I'm not spoilers, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Yes, Jacob, let's go. 8-1 Mariners. Cabby's still sitting at third. And now pitching change. These are always kind of frustrating because it's like 8-1. It's like just, kind of let it happen. Let's see. This is going to be the fourth different pitcher of the game, I think. Let's change this. Welcome into anybody new here. Remember to hit that sub button, hit the like button. Appreciate everybody that is in here. And join the conversation. We have a good time in here. 8-1 Mariners. That is a beautiful thing. It's fun calling the win. I haven't done it yet. So this has been an enjoyable experience to be able to, well, it's not over yet. I shouldn't say that. But for those who just joined us, the Mariners are up 8-1. 6 brilliant innings from George Kirby tonight for the Mariners. Was perfect through 4 1/3. A Yuli Gurriel bloop single kind of fell in. Then Jorge Soler had the Marlins RBI single. The Mariners' runs have come on a 3-run home run from Cal Raleigh in the second. Mike Ford with a 2-run home run in the fourth made it 5-0. And after Gino walked, Cal walked, and Mike Ford blooped in a single, Jose Caballero cleared the bases with a 3-run triple. You're just, yeah. Big, yeah, they can, Octavio. You're right, man. The big boys can fly. Ford was moving. He was moving. I was kind of half expecting him to just be getting third. No one moves as slow as Ty France, so we're good there. Yeah, I hear you, Will. I'm just glad he was up. Me too, because Caballero is going to give you a good at bat. Like he's going to battle. He's got good speed, so he's going to be tough to double up. But that was awesome to see. Steven Okert will be the new pitcher for the Marlins, former San Francisco Giant. He will come in to get JP. Mariners will be wearing the steelhead jerseys on Saturday. I think those are a great look, the steelhead jerseys. I don't know what you guys think, but I love that hat and that jersey. I would honestly get it. I just don't know if people would know that's a Mariners thing. I mean, it's not. It's the steelheads. But I feel like people, I'd wear that out and no one would know what that is. They'd be like, oh, they know Seattle, but I'm not sure if they really know it. So I haven't gotten one, but I love the steelheads look. I'm not as wild on the City Connects. I like the jerseys. I like the hats. I don't like the black pants. I'm a traditionalist with some of that. But I love the steelhead jerseys. I wish those were the City Connects. Here's J.P. Crawford as Okert stands in there. Runner at third with nobody out. Yes, Jake, I'm with you, man. The steelheads, I love the silver outline in the steelhead jersey, too. Ball one to JP, fastball outside. It is just so clean of a look. I wish it was something they wore a few times a year. Hey, Howard, do you think I need to get there on Saturday for the free jersey? Y2K, you were talking to the wrong person. I'm actually not in Seattle. Maybe someone in the comments can help you with that. I have no idea how early you'd have to be here. They're doing the Y2K. For anybody that didn't see, he's asking how early he's got to be there Saturday. First 10,000 fans get a replica steelhead jersey. So if anybody can help him out. I'm not in Seattle, so I don't know how early someone has to be there for that stuff. I will be at the Mariners games in Arizona this year, hopefully all 3 of them. Ball low to JP. It's 2-1 JP Crawford. Steven Okert, good numbers on the year, 31 strikeouts and 20 2/3. Here's the 2-1. JP fouls it off, 2-2. He looks like he's feeling a little better. That back leg was hurting. Y2K3, my favorite fish to go after. Yes, still, man, the steelheads. I've done some bass fishing. I haven't done any major fishing, but I do. It's relaxing to go fishing. I think 3 hours early is a good idea. Just would be my 2-2 to JP misses low with a slider, 3-2. I think that's a good idea. Sleep overnight, be the first one in line. I'm curious what the replica jerseys look like. If someone gets one, send me a pic on it or something on here. I'd be really curious what they look like. Here's the 3-2 to JP. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So JP goes down. I'd be really curious because sometimes those replicas actually are pretty cool. Like you think they're going to be kind of meh, but they actually end up looking pretty good. But then some of them are also they don't look that great. So I'm really curious how that replica jersey looks, but love the steelhead jerseys. That'll bring up Julio Rodriguez. Apologize for the yawn. Bottom of the 6th, 8-1 Mariners. Runner at third with 1 out. See if Julio can get an RBI. And it's a ground to the third. It's Segura looks back at third, and Julio will ground out. He does not get the RBI. This is one of those things, if there was 3-1 game, I'd be really frustrated with Caballero standing at third with nobody out. But at 8-1, feeling pretty decent that it might not matter too much, but still would like to get him home. Julio grounded out to Segura. That will bring up Ty France. George Kirby with the towel on, he may be coming out for the 7th. I don't know. I would think not, just especially with the 8-1 lead. I used to have a charter boat. Oh man, I love being out in the boat. It's just so relaxing. Every now and then we go kayaking and do some fishing, and that's always a lot of fun. Just very peaceful. I need to remember sunblock most of the time because I get burnt up, but love being out on the lake. 0-1 from Okert to Ty France. Swing and a miss. So, in fact, last year, a couple times I went out on the kayak and had my phone, and I actually had service. Just listened to the Mariners game out on the lake. It was super relaxing. Apologize for that noise. Just knocking things over here. Here comes the 0-2 from Okert to Ty France with a run still sitting out there. Misses on a slider, 1-2. Caballero had the 3-run triple with nobody out. He's been standing there. JP struck out. Julio grounded out. Would love to see the Mariners add on that run just because kind of a free RBI was standing out there. But let's see. The 1-2 to Ty France. And he fouls that off. Ty's had some good at-bats tonight. I don't think he's reached base yet. Don't have the box score up in front of me, but I should. I've got my pen in my lineup here. I should keep score. I don't know where my scorebook is. Used to keep score all the time. Always something fun to do. Here's the 1-2 to Ty France. And that's a line drive foul. And it is Justin Topa getting warm for the Mariners, so it looks like he will come on and pitch the 7th inning. I imagine he was getting up with it 5-1, so let's go ahead and have Topa pitch the 7th, and then probably maybe flexing or something for the 8th or 9th. Here's the 1-2, up high, 2-2. Good at bat here by Ty France. I'm going to go grab some water once this half inning is done. So if you guys are here, don't sweat. If I'm not here for a couple minutes, I'm just throat is getting a little sore here. The 2-2 from Okert to Ty France. And he fouls off. Good at bat from Ty France. After some kind of weak at bats from JP and Julio here. Ty battling really nicely. It's always fun, man, keeping track of everyone's batting. Yeah, exactly. I used to keep score all the time. And it was always fun to go back and look at like ones from 10 years ago that I kept score. The 2-2 to Ty, swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Okert. Nice job by Okert. Comes in with a runner at third and nobody out. And probably the Marlins were willing to concede a run there to get outs. And he gets out of it. But the 3-run triple from Jose Caballero. It is 8-1 Mariners. We had the 7th, Justin Topa coming in. So it'll be Justin Topa in the 7th. Let me edit this. I'm going to go grab some water, and I will be right back, everybody. So give me just a minute. I'm not leaving. Well, I am leaving, but just for a second or two. And I shall return. IPA, good call. I like that, William. If I had some IPAs in the fridge, if I wasn't so parched right now, I'd grab myself a beer as well. What is up, everybody? I am back. Hopefully nobody left. Nobody did. We are heading to the top of the 7th here with the Mariners on top 8-1. Oh, my mouth gets very parched. Oh, man, I appreciate that, William. Yeah, and first, baseball on the radio, nothing is better. No sport is better on the radio, but thank you, man. I'm glad you're tuning into this and enjoying it. Justin Topa steps in against you, or Yuli Gurriel steps in against Justin Topa, and that pitch is outside for ball 1. Topa, 26 games, 2.96 ERA, 24 and a third inning, 23 strikeouts, 9 walks. Topa's been a great addition for the ball club this year. His 1-0, swing and a miss by Gurriel on a nasty slider. Topa and Spire, really a couple of the unsung heroes for the Mariners this year. If they can make a run, those are guys we're going to look at and go, they were a big part of it, stepping up kind of out of nowhere. Gurriel pops up the 1-1 pitch. JP and Gino calling for it, both together, and it's Gino making the catch. Him and JP almost colliding. Always get nervous when that happens. One, that the ball could drop, and two, that someone could get hurt. So good to see JP or Gino making the catch there. One down, top seven. If you are new here and you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button. Really appreciate it. Hit the like button on the video. Everything helps. Truly appreciate everybody that's been with me the whole way, or even if you just stopped in, appreciate you clicking on the video. Here's Gene Segura, and he'll take a ball inside from Mr. Topa. Justin Topa. 1-0 pitch to Gene Segura, who's been really struggling this season. And that's a strike at the top of the zone, 1-1. We're about the 2-hour mark for the game. So as long as things go according to plan, we're probably looking about a 2:40, something like that. Ooh, that's way inside, 2-1. Topa, glad he's still, yes, me too. Oh, man, Wild Boar, honestly, no shame in missing it. I literally 15 minutes before the game, welcome in, by the way. I was wondering where you were. I was like, Wild Boar's going to be here tonight, isn't he? As Gene will foul that one off 2-2. 15 minutes before the game, actually, usually I don't do these because my youngest son is up and he crashed. He was in the pool all day, so he crashed at like 6:15. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a live stream tonight. I'm kind of kid-free tonight for the most part, so I'm going to hop on and do a live stream. So it happened just 15 minutes before. Normally, I try to give like a couple hours notice for this. 2-2 inside, 3-2. So no shame that you didn't know this was coming. I didn't know it was coming either. The count has run full from Topa to Gene Segura. His 3-2 is on the way. And it's a ground ball right to Caballero. He will fling it over to Ty France, and there's 2 away here in the 7th. You were late, but hit the notification button. Oh, but it didn't, huh? Oh, but you didn't hear the notification. I got you. Just making sure it was working okay. Well, I'm glad you guys did make it in for sure. Like I said, this was very impromptu. I didn't know I was going to be doing it. Right, I'll make it. Yes, and next time I'll give you guys more notice. I promise I will have more notice on my channel for when I do these. Me and Rooftop Mariner might be doing one Friday night is the plan. So stay tuned for that. I'll be on his channel. But we're hoping to do a play-by-play on Friday night. The 1-0 from Topa to Birdie. High chopper. It's going to be a tough play for Caballero. He's not going to get him. Oh, where is he? Nope. Gets underneath the glove of Ty France. Infield hit for John Birdie with 2 outs here in the 7th. I think all of us, you get to this stage of the game when you're up 8-1, we're not going to lie, we're all kind of hoping for some quick outs. I don't know about you guys. As I get older, I get very tired. So I'd be lying if I wasn't kind of ready for bed at this point, but we're going to stick it out and finish this game here. But yeah, tonight was just literally 15 minutes before the game. Like, you know what? Let me do a live stream. Yeah. Oh, the AC's. Yeah. Yep. My AC is blasting as well. See your reaction to the Cabby bases clearing triple. Go for it. Then we got and Wild Boar, you did miss. To my own horn, I did predict the Cal home run tonight. So if you missed that, go check that out as well. Here's Jacob Stallings, 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Behind in the count, 0-1. And that's outside one move. Thoughts on Ellie De La Cruz debut? Oh, that guy is, not only is he a big dude, but he can play some baseball. He is going to be a stud, and good for the Reds. Their fans have been through some tough times here. Mr. Moose, this 12-hour day. Oh man, good for you though, man, but I don't envy that. But welcome in. Thank you, man, for stopping in and saying hi. Really appreciate you stopping in. Hang out. Let's hopefully we're finishing up. Hopefully a Mariners win here. 2-1 from Topa to Stallings. Yeah, he is a stud, Christian. No doubt about that. And that's in there 2-2. Runner at first, 2 outs here. Birdie with an infield hit. Jacob Stallings, who struck out both of his at-bats so far today, stands in. The 0-2 from Justin Topa is going to be a little blooper into right field. Teo will get to it, and it should be first and third. Might be first and third here with 2 outs. So Topa not getting that final out here yet in the 7th. Runners on the corners here, and that will bring up Garrett Sampson. So Stallings just a little blooper into right field. Always tough when those happen with 2 strikes. Topa still just 1 out away. Unfortunately, Topa's at 16 pitches, so not the quickest inning here. You'd like to see him get out of the inning and still be available for tomorrow, but hopefully a quick out here. Are the A's winning? Let me find out for you. They were tied 1-1 last I saw. The swinging A's. They are up 2-1, top of the 9th. Let me keep track of that one for everybody as the A's go for their 7th in a row. There is a 3-0 count from Trevor May on Randy Arozarena with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Now, it looks like it's 2-1, Oakland, bottom 8. Runner at first, 1 out, Arozarena walked. 0-1 from Topa is in there to Hampson, 0-2. This has now become an A's live stream. It's crazy. A's are going to have 7. That A's team is going to win 7 in a row, possibly. That's insane. I didn't think that team would win 2. I mean, 7 in a row is almost as many wins as they had before the 7-game winning streak. If they win it, it's not over yet. They got 1 out, and Paredes is up. The 0-2 from Topa to Hampson. Did he go? No, I guess he didn't. 1-2. Thought that was maybe worth a check. Yeah, 40. Yeah, so it's 2-1 A's right now. 1-2 from Topa to Garrett Hampson. Runners at the corners, 2 outs here for the Marlins, and the 1-2. A little chopper to short. JP's got it. He will go the long way to first to get Hampson for the out, and that will retire the side in the 7th. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. The Mariners, all Mariners tonight, leading the Marlins 8-1. I hope the A's win too, especially with their fans tonight. That would be really cool. I lose track of time all the time. Ooh, a Arozarena caught stealing. Langoliers threw him out. So that is now 2 outs in the Rays-A's game. How about those A's? Swinging A's. 7 in a row. It's crazy they're going to win 7 in a row, and they're going to be 19-50. I mean, that it's really crazy when you think about it, because they'll have 19 wins, 7 in a row. 7 out of 19 is, let's see, 8.5 would be 50%. No, that's wrong. 9.5 would be 50%. I mean, that's almost like 40% of their wins are in this winning streak. Right? I mean, the A's are on the verge of taking the first 2 from the Rays. They beat the Braves in a series. They swept the Brewers. They beat the Pirates in a series. So, and I will say this about the A's. I talked about it last night on my post game with Rooftop. They got Paul Blackburn back. They got a couple other guys back. They're not a good team. They're still really bad. But it's amazing when you have actual major league players in there that you can be competitive. I mean, some of the pitchers we saw them throwing out were guys that I've never heard of in my life. But the A's are 1 out away from a win. I'm curious to watch that game because I'm hoping their fans came out in full force. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th here in Seattle. Sure, for the worst team. You know what's funny? They might actually have a better record than the Royals now. Calling it get hits. I'm with you, Y2K. I would as well. Tampa, 2 best record. Yeah, and the Braves and Tampa. Yeah, Wild Boar. I'm guessing they're probably not on track for it anymore. And like I said, I actually think the Royals have a worse record. I'm going to assume the A's win tonight, which is probably really stupid. In fact, I think they just did. Yeah, the A's won. Oh, no, there's a review. They're probably looking at that stolen base. Teoscar Hernandez will lead off against Okert. The Royals lost. The Royals are 18-49, so technically by percentage points, the A's would be ahead of them. That's up high to Teoscar, ball 1. 1-0 from Okert to Teo. And the pitch. Teo fouls it off, 1-1. Looks like, I'm assuming they're reviewing the stolen base. Yeah. I can put the A's game on. What do you guys want? Do you want me to do the Mariners game or the last 2 outs of the A's game? Is it really only 12,000 in Oakland? That's kind of rough. Swing and a miss by Teoscar 1 and 2. You guys want A's or do you want Mariners? Is it really only 12,000? That kind of stinks. I was hoping it was a sellout. And they were just going nuts. Yeah, Arise has not reached. It's incredible. Knock on, yeah, serious knock on wood there, Wild Boar. But I mean, even tonight, I think we're okay at 8-1. But yeah, to keep Arise off the bases entire series has been key, and the pitching's been great. Yeah, we're staying Mariners. I'm not gonna. Someone new came in and they saw me doing the A's Rays. Be like, what is this guy doing? 2-2 to Teoscar. I'm not going to lie to you guys, though. I am tired. I'm going to finish the game, but I would not mind some quick at-bats here and getting this one in the books. I shouldn't say I should just savor it. When your team wins, you should savor it, not rush it. But it is 9 o'clock for me. So could use one of those hour and 45-minute games. The 2-2 from Okert to Teo. And he's going to pop that one up. Stallings will give it a look. So Gurriel's going to get on a play. All right, we got 2 for the M's. Yeah, he did. Arise did hit one really hard that JP went up and got, which actually ended up being big because if he doesn't catch that, it would have been 5-1 with runners at the corners. So definitely big play there by JP when the game was still kind of in doubt. Not that it's over. The 2-2 from Okert to Teoscar. Oh, yeah. I mean, this would be another one. That's low 3-2. There's been a lot of pitches in this game. If this wasn't a pitch clock game, we might be in the 5th, 6th inning still. And I can't do the 10-30. I can't imagine if I lived on the East Coast being a Mariners fan. Oh, my. I mean, think about it. The game wouldn't even be starting yet. It's 9. I'd still have an hour, 45 minutes till first pitch. Teo pops that one up. And it is on the infield grass. It's going to be Gurriel, first baseman, making the catch. Yeah, and in extras, remember, extras weren't always, obviously you guys all know, this is the runner at second. So, I mean, gosh, some games, 13, 14 innings are already three hours. I remember games ending at 11:30 midnight sometimes for the Mariners. Does anybody remember in 2016, there was a game against the Tigers. Zunino had a walk-off sac fly. The pitch clock violation here? I'm not sure what's going on, but Jared Kelenic steps in. It was in 2016 against Detroit. I remember I had to be up for work at 3:30, and I swear the game ended at 1:30 in the morning inside of Kelenic 1-0. And I tried to go to sleep because I needed to get up, but I couldn't not know who won the Mariners game. Oh, and I want to say it ended at 1 in the morning or something. 1-0 from Okert to Kelenic, up high 2-0. But that game, it was like the Tigers scored, then the Mariners scored, and then the Tigers scored in extras. It was a crazy one. I think Zunino sac fly won it. 2-0 from Okert to Kelenic. That's in there, 2-1. A little bit out, a little bit inside, but 2-1 from Okert to JK. And that's a line drive base hit to right field. There you go, Y2K. Base hit for Jared Kelenic. Thanks, Christian, man. Thank you for stopping by. I think you were the first one in here tonight. Really, really appreciate that. I'm having a great time too. So thanks for stopping by and hope you have a great night, my man. Yeah, no worries. No worries for anybody that's got to go. I did not hold it against anybody to be here. It's funny, Wild Boar. Actually, early on, the ump was good, and I started complimenting him. I started saying that he was having a good night, and then he just went to then he got awful. The first 3 innings, he was really good, and then it was terrible. I complimented him. That was the problem. Here's Gino. He takes a ball outside. Because the first couple innings, I was like, man, this guy's actually been pretty solid. And then he started missing calls like he heard me. Y2K, Kelenic got a hit. I know you were saying you wanted Kelenic to get a base hit. That's up high to Gino 2-0. So Kellenic's been on base 2 times today with a walk and a single. See if Gino can drive something here. The A's have won. Jose Siri struck out. And the Oakland A's have won 7 in a row. Here's the 2-0 to Gino. That's in there 2-1. See who had the winning hit for the A's tonight. The swinging A's. Yeah, yesterday. Oh, Jim Wolf yesterday. He was awful too. Now, luckily, the Mariners just put it out of reach. 2-1 to Gino is in there 2-2. Then it didn't matter. But oh, there were some calls early where Bryce was just Luzardo was getting all the corners. Bryce wasn't getting any. Um, who had the winning hit for the A's? I didn't even see. No, Kellen. That's up high 3-2. Need to keep. Yeah, exactly. I want Kellenic to stay positive. I always get worried, he's gonna maybe fall back into like, you know, struggling, get in his own head because we've seen that with Kellenic. So I want him to stay positive. 3-2 to Gino. That's going to be a fly ball to fairly deep center field, but Hampson's got this tracked just in front of the warning track, and there is 2 down here. Kellenic will stay at first. Gino just got underneath that. He's been close to a couple. He's been just underneath tomorrow. Great pitching matchup tomorrow. One of the top prospects in all baseball, Yuri Perez for the Marlins against the Mariners ace, Luis Castillo. There will be some heat on the mound tomorrow night. Expect a low-scoring game. And it looks like the Mariners will be possibly going for for the sweep. Zardo been a tad bit of a disappointment. A little bit. I mean, he's been pretty solid this year. Cal swings and fouls the first pitch off 0-1, but Luzardo's been pretty decent this season. Again, I'll be honest, I don't follow the Marlins enough to really know. Like, I can look at, I know Soler has a lot of home runs. Yeah, Miller's been squeezed a few times. I agree with that, Wild Boar. And then, yeah, so I don't know enough about the Marlins to really say. Cal hits that one to center field. Hampson's got it tracked, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still the Mariners 8 and the Marlins 1. So, yeah, I don't know enough about the Marlins outside of, like, I know the big names, but I don't know to their fans. Luzardo's numbers look decent, so I'm assuming he hasn't been too disappointing. But, I don't know if he's sometimes like guys' numbers can be good, but are they having short outings? Are they, you know what I mean? Like a good example would be even like Kirby a little bit. The last couple, he's had some starts that have just been a little off. The overall numbers are fine, but just want that consistency to be there a little more. Top of the 8th, we'll see who's coming into pitch for the Ed Luzardo in fantasy last year. I was hoping for like maybe sub-0 with a million Ks. Yeah, he can definitely strike out. I mean, and the Mariners have seen him a bunch when he was with Oakland. It was weird. The Marlins broadcast last night said it was the first time the Mariners ever faced Luzardo, which is like really not true at all. They faced Luzardo a bunch. In fact, I think they faced him last year with the Marlins, and then they faced him with the A's as well. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see a lot more of these teams now. We'll get to know some of these teams a little better because we're going to see them all every year. So some of these teams, like I said, the Marlins are a team I don't know a ton about, but we'll start to learn because, like I said, we're going to see all these teams now, every year. Papa John's commercial, better ingredients, better pizza. There's that Mattress Firm commercial where the guy just stands there for 5 hours. No one in the stadium decided to kick him out, just standing there. We are heading to the top of the 8th in Seattle. My guess is Saucedo's coming in or Flexen. I'm not positive who's on the mound. I hope it's not Munoz. Oh, well, we're still in commercial break. Marlins and Mariners. Anytime I see Marlins, like my mind immediately goes Mariners because the MAR. So Marines too. Anytime I see Marines typed out, I'm like, oh, Mariners news? I'm like, oh no, the Marines. Always names that look similar. Get yourself some Mariners merch. I guess you can get the French baguettes. You can tell I'm tired. I'm just rambling about nonsense at this point. Oh, baguette, where art thou? Last time we played Miami before the Twins, when Ichiro played for them, they came here. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot Ichiro homered in that game. That's right. I remember that game. Man, doesn't seem that's 6 years ago. Time flies. And then we played him in 2014 in Miami. Miami swept the Mariners. Chris Flexen is on the mound for the Mariners. So this game will be 8-7 in a few minutes. No, I'm just kidding. The few, the proud, the Marlin. That's a good one. The Marlin. Yeah. I swear, all three of them, anytime I see it, like, obviously, I don't mean any disrespect. My dad's a Marine, but anytime I see Marines on TV or something, the name, like, oh, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not talking about the Mariners. 0-1 to Arise is down low, 1-1 from Flexen. Rough year for Chris Flexen, but this is a good role for him at this point in the year. I don't know how much longer he's going to be on the roster, but now with Penn Murphy out, yeah, Flexen, seriously. I'd rather see Flexen in the ninth here, but the 1-1 pitch. Arise right to JP. JP over to Ty, and that's an easy first out, especially against the top of the Marlins order. That shows you how little we all think of Flexen right now. 7-run lead in the eighth, and we're like, really? Flexen already? Flexen having a discussion with the home plate umpire. Oh, never mind. Maybe just asking where a pitch was. Came out to give him a new ball. Honestly, like, I want to see Flexen get it right. Like, Flexen was a big part of 2021. There was a good stretch where the pitcher I was most confident in was Chris Flexen for a while there. He was a really good pitch there, swing and a miss by Soler. Obviously, a bullpen minor options. I know everyone harps and it comes up, but come on, DFA. Yeah, I mean, Semper Fi out. Semper Fi. Fouled off by Soler 0-2. Sorry, I'm looking at the commentary, look at the TV. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely probably time to move on from Flexen. I will say, like, he does give you some starting pitching depth, and they're hurting right now. So the Mariners aren't really in a position to be getting rid of a ton of those guys. Sort of Flex at 3. Yeah, 21. I don't remember what his WAR was exactly, but man, he was good. Like, Chris Flexen was really, really good pitcher for the Mariners in 2021. So he was one of the hogs. And even last year, like, his numbers, his strikeouts were way down, but he was still pretty solid. And then just this year has been a mess. Yeah, I think he won 17, something like that. I think it was a 17-game winner. Good numbers. 2-2 from Flexen to Soler. Oh, good pitch. Just misses 3-2. That was a good pitch from Flexen. Yeah, Flexen was. Now, we've all gone from, like, making fun of Flexen. Now we're all reminiscing about the good old days of Chris Flexen. 3-2 from Flexen to Soler, up high, ball 4. Bad pitch. So Jorge Soler works a 1-out walk, and that will bring up Brian De La Cruz. So let's see, in the last 5 minutes we've combined the Marlins, Marines, and Mariners. Obviously, if anybody here is Marine, we're just joking around. Like I said, my dad's an old Marine, so I have the utmost respect for anybody that served. But like I said, every time I see Marines, my brain goes Mariners. We've gone from DFA Flexen to reminiscing on Chris Flexen. His pitch misses down low to De La Cruz, 1-0. So the last 5 minutes, we're all tired. He's 14th. This weird thing. Flex and Colton. I have this weird thing for that matter, obviously pointed. Yeah, like I never, and here's my thing, Wild Boar. I never root against guys. Like, I don't want Colton Wong to fail. Like, they're human beings. Like, I guarantee you, like, I bet you, like, Flex and Wong have had nights they can't get to sleep because they're just like, that gets in the dirt 2-0, runner will advance to second. You know what I mean? So these guys have got to be, they feel it. It's just eventually there comes a time when I'm a Marine and I gave everyone. Okay, I appreciate Astro. Thank you. Well, thank you for your service as well. Thank you very much. Truly, truly appreciate that. So thank you very much. What was I going to say? Yeah, all these guys, they're trying. I hope Colton Wong turns around. I want Chris Flexen. Oh, William, thank you for your service. Navy, thank you very much. Everybody. That's a fly ball to center. Julio's got it, out number 2. Anybody else in here that is a vet, thank you for your service. Truly, truly appreciate it. Wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you for your sacrifice. But yeah, exactly, Wild Boar. So I never root against guys. Never do. I hope Chris Flexen dominates and becomes a great reliever and gets back in the rotation, dominates. So rooting for all these guys here. Here's Stallings with 2 outs and a runner at second. That's a good pitch in there for a strike, especially when it's guys. Yep, Devil Dog, Astro. Especially when it's guys that are good people. Like Flexen and Colton Wong seem like good guys. It's one thing when you got some of the Yasiel Puig characters that are kind of, like okay, you had it coming. But Chris Flexen's a good dude. Colton Wong, I'm sure, is a good guy. They want to get back at it. I would love nothing more than for Colton Wong to have like a walk-off grand slam. You know what I mean? And Chris Flexen throws 7 shutout innings. 0-2 from Flexen to Garrett Cooper, 1 strike away from getting out of this 8th inning. And Cooper sends that fly ball to fairly deep right field, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Garrett Cooper. It is 8-3, and man, Chris Flexen, it just, I'd love to see some 1, 2, 3 innings from you, my man, but just not happening. 8-3. Mariners still in control of this game with 2 outs in the 8th. That ball was hit really hard the opposite way. Oh, Chris Flexen. Was this a nice catch? It was not. It's tough to catch baseball barehanded like that. As a Marlins fan out there, you can even look at the look on Flexen's face. I don't know if you saw it right away when that ball was hit. He was just like, "Are you kidding me?" I want a walk-off Caballero. Yeah, I mean, Caballero would be great in a walk-off. That guy would be going absolutely nuts. Here's Yuli Gurriel, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Yeah, like I don't necessarily want Colton Wong up in those situations, but just for these guys, like I wanted Flexen to have a clean inning here. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Yuli Gurriel. And, now the problem is, like, again, it's 8-3. You're not, like, worried necessarily here, but, I mean, you get one more guy on here, and it's, potential 8-6 ball game. Like, does Munoz have to get up here? You would hate for that to have to happen. Man, I love Cabby since he first came out. We were talking about Caballero earlier a while, Born, just what a spark plug he is for this team and how just his energy, I mean, not only his energy, but his his on base percentage, like 400 right now. And just, he's kind of a troll how he manipulates that pitch clock, always kind of moving in and getting hit, but he's just a little spark plug that every team needs. So I love Caballero. What a find he has been. Segura with a fly ball to left field is going to stay in the yard. Kelenic is over, and he's got it, and that will retire the side in the 8th inning. The Marlins do get 2 on a 2-run home run by Garrett Cooper, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Mariners 8. The Marlins 3. Yeah, exactly. Caballero really does play like a veteran. That's a great way to put it. And I'm not, obviously I'm not saying he's going to win it, but like, shouldn't Caballero be a little bit in some of the Rookie of the Year discussions? Maybe not, like the guy. Yeah, he does crowd the play. Caballero's maybe the worst at it, but I feel like he should be in the discussions a little bit, Caballero, for Rookie of the Year. At least mention the guy's got like a 400 OBP. Yeah, I will say Flexen last year, the ERA was fine, but if I remember correctly, his strikeouts were way down, the walks were up. So he definitely was not as good last season. 21 Flexen was a legitimately good pitcher. Like Chris Flexen was legit good in 2021. Last year he was more of like just an okay number 5. But the year before, he was a legit middle of the rotation guy. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Due up for the Mariners will be, I'm not positive, who was the last out? Was it Cal? So I think it's going to be Ford, Caballero, and Kirby due up in the bottom of the 8th. 8-3 Mariners. Thank you. Oh, Marlins 3, Mariners no score. I got to edit that. Boy, I'm lost my touch. What are the Mariners? Where are we at? 8? 8. There we go. That is more like it. Check, make sure I've got enough juice on the computer. Yep. We'll have enough juice to get through. George Kirby, fantastic. May have a 3-hour game. It's going to come close. It is going to come pretty close. He did have some good game. Caught the game against JV in May when the M's. Oh, it's right. That where they pounded Verlander. Trammell, Kyle Lewis all homered. In that game, yeah, that was Flexen, and he pitched really well. Yeah, he did have some good games last year. There was another one where I remember him just being really, really solid. So it's a shame that um, flex and fall. Yeah, let me get the final line on George Kirby. Former Mariner JT Chargois. Oh man, Chargois. Is that how it's pronounced? Chargois. He was with the Mariners in 2021. Was a really good reliever for them. Was traded to Tampa Bay in the Diego Castillo trade. Mike Ford drives one deep right field. A 2-home run game for the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Ford. And thank you for the baseball memory comment, Wildboar. I appreciate it. My memory is, I can't remember math problems or anything like that, but I can remember random baseball statistics. Did I say Kirby was up third in the inning? I'm like I said, I'm tired if I said that. Kirby's final line was 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, not earned, no walks, 10 strikeouts. Yeah, that 4 homers off Verlander was incredible. I remember that game. That was almost one of the turning points for the team. Where's the trident? Why did Ford just not want it? Mike Ford like, screw it. I'm too awesome to hold the trident. I don't need a trident. I'm a human trident. Here's Caballero inside from Chargois. I feel like it's not Chargois. God, I can never remember. Yep, Mike Ford with a solo home run. It's 9-3 Mariners, 2 home runs today for the man, the legend, Mike Ford. That's in there to Caballero, 1-1. Yeah, little Mike, small Mike, tiny Mike Ford. Pitch to Caballero is in there for a strike, 1-2. Yeah, like I said, I'm tired. So I did say Kirby. You know why? Because I have my sheet here, and I have Kirby as the pitcher underneath everybody. So I'm reading it off down the line. So I said Ford, Cabby, and Kirby because I'm reading Kirby underneath. I just realized why I said that. So it's not so much me being tired as it is me being stupid. But yeah, I have my sheet here that has the lineup. So I mainly for the Marlins, so I remember players' names and everything. So that's why I said it. As pitched in 3 wins this season. We're start all year inside. Yeah, it was for Verlander last year. Did Flexen's pitch in? I don't even remember the other games he pitched in that were wins. Did he pitch an inning in like Oakland? Oh, you know what? He pitched in the Blue Jays game that they came back and won. As Caballero sends a fly ball to center, Hampson's going over, and there is out number 1. Pitched in this game, assuming this is a win. What are wins did Flexen pitch? And did he start a game they won? He pitched that Cubs game that they should have won. They were up like 9-0. Trying to think of the other 2 games Flexen pitched in that the Mariners won. Here is J.P. Crawford. Yeah, it's been a great game. Yeah, that's outside 1-0. Coming into the game, had a bad feeling. Kind of with you on that. Listen, this team has not given us a lot of good vibes. They've been very up and down, so it's nice to see a couple wins in a row. The 1-0 to JP outside 2-0. It's the first time this game I went to last year. That's right. Julio's, it was really Trammell was the other one. That's right. Trammell, Julio led off with that home run. And then Kyle Lewis as well, and Ty. That's right. Ty homered in that game. That was a great win. The Mariners actually won. That's a ground ball from JP to Segura, who double clutches, fires, and gets JP for out number 2. Mariners won the next night, too. Logan Gilbert was fantastic. Game 3 of that series, they lost. Marco was really good. Luis Garcia outdueled him, and the Mariners loaded him up in the 9th against Presley. Mike Ford walked, and Luis Torrens grounded into a double play of Game 3 of that series. So I remember that being a tough loss, but it was a good series win. Here's Julio, who needs to get a hit for Y2K. He got his Kellenic hit. Can Julio get my man Y2K a hit? Swing and a miss, strike 1. I take his advance, always end up getting Marco games. I hate, so that's me too. Because when the Mariners are out in Arizona, I try and go, and I always want to get back then I wanted to get Felix, and I would get Jason Vargas. Julio is going to hit that one foul down the line. It's going to go foul. Or is it? Yep, foul ball. And I just couldn't do it. I'd always end up getting, I'd get Jason Vargas back in the day. I've gotten Marco and Wade LeBlanc the last 2 times. So hopefully I can get Castillo this time. Saturday Miller, that'll be cool. Before the game starts, me and my cousin are looking, saying, I think this is Cy Young right there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was, and then, you know what's funny? They also got Verlander in the playoff game. I know that's what we want to talk about is game one, but man, that's what was so crushing to me as Julio sends it on the ground to third. Maybe he can beat this out. Segura's throw. He's out. That'll retire the side. We will head to the 9th inning. Mariners 3 outs away from victory there on top 9-3. But that's what stung so much about game one. Not only did the Mariners blow the lead, but they pounded Justin Verlander. And then to lose that was just so, just not. Well, we don't need to talk about game one. Game one sucked. Mariners are up 9-3, 3 outs away from win. Honestly, guys, as soon as this one's over, I'm probably going to head out. I am exhausted to my max right now. Struggling calling the last few outs of this game. So hopefully the Mariners make it quick. I swear to God, the Marlins score 6 runs. I'm going to lose it. But you know what? At least it'll get me back in and excited about it. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's change this to the top of the 9th. We'll see if it's going to be flexing to finish it off, or if maybe we've got Saucedo or someone a little bit more trustworthy coming in to finish this one. You know what? Just because of that, I swear to God, the Marlins score 6. I swear to God. I would actually laugh. Because of what I've said, it would make me laugh if they score 6 runs here. At least probably get more people coming in because it'd be a crazy game to end on. I was talking earlier how I didn't mention the Kirby perfect game, but I was kind of hoping that Kirby would have a perfect game going and more people would hop in trying to listen in because of that. But then that stupid former Astro, Yuli Gurriel, had to go and ruin it. Got your fries commercial. Mariners 3 outs away from their 2nd straight win. And despite everything, it would be also their 3rd win in 4 games. So getting it turned around a little bit here after that road trip, despite losing that last game in Anaheim, it would still be 3 out of 4 for the boys. And also, if we want to go even further back, 4-6. So they are playing better. Trust me, Octavio, please, I'm with you too. Please, no. Let's get 3 outs here. Make this easy. Well, at least we know Mike Ford could bat and just end it with a home run. So it's not even nighttime in Seattle yet. It's just gorgeous. Not even dark yet. The All-Star games. I might do it. Maybe I'll do a live stream for the All-Star game. That'd be fun. Baseball is the only All-Star game I actually like because it's still baseball. Football's is a joke. I don't watch basketball. I'm not into the hockey one. Seriously, I don't want to see Oakland either. We caught Oakland at the right time. Luckily, we paid to play them less this year. They're still really bad. Taylor Saucedo is in, and he delivers a strike 1 to John Birdie. Scott's not messing around. He didn't want one morning of flex, and he's like, let me get someone that can actually get these outs here. Saucedo's 0-1 is in there 0-2. Yeah, we'll have only 2 more series with Oakland. It's crazy with the division stuff this year. We only go to Oakland one more time. They only come here one more time. We don't play Texas again until September, which just blows my mind. I feel like we've barely seen them. They're in first place. We don't play them again until, in fact, I think it's like mid-September. 0-2 coming from Taylor Saucedo to John Birdie. And Saucedo's 0-2. And did that hit him? No, just bounced in the dirt. 1-2. Oh, that's awesome. That's beautiful. That is really pretty. I missed that stuff about the Pacific Northwest. The 1-2 from Saucedo to Birdie. And that's hit foul. Thank you again to everybody that has joined as we hopefully are winding down here on this one. Thank you for everybody that's been in here and hung out for the entire game, even if you just popped in. Truly appreciate it. The 1-2. Grounder to short. JP charges over to France. 1 down. Mariners are 2 outs away from back-to-back wins. JP looks okay. He stayed in the game. If you're watching earlier, he took a swing, checked the swing, and looked like he pulled something. So good to see JP still moving around pretty well. Looks a little gingerly. He was walking a little gingerly there, so I don't think he's 100%. Wouldn't be shocked if JP's got a day off tomorrow. Here is Stallings, because then you can also give him back-to-back days off. That's low for ball one, with the Mariners having an off day Thursday for what the Rangers did. Yeah, the only reason I want to play the Rangers again is here's the 1-0 from Saucedo. Stallings in there for a strike, 1-1, is to try and catch them. The only way you're going to catch them is playing them. But I'm with you, William. I don't want to see them at all for a while. I'm kind of done with them. The 1-1, and that's in there for a strike, 1-2. Sure, if he was trying to play off that. Yeah, I that's what my thought was too, but I don't think so. The way he kind of hobbled around, I think it was a legit injury from JP. So good to see he's still in there, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's got the day off tomorrow. The 1-2 from Saucedo to Stallings. That's a fly ball hit to right field. That's going to get out of play for a foul ball. A lot of City Connect jerseys in the stands. We'll see the City Connects on Friday. The Mariners begin. So the weekend series will be all different jerseys. Here's the 1-2 from Saucedo. And that did hit him. So Stallings reaches on a hit by pitch with 1 out in the ninth. Yeah, I would say Demo. Looks like he might have rolled. That's something I thought, Jeffrey, I think you're right. And welcome in. Thanks for the comment. Rolled an ankle. I thought it was maybe the thigh, the way he was walking. It was tough to tell. And of course, I'm watching on mute right now, so I don't get any copyright issues. So I don't know what they were saying was saying the right ankle. Okay. So it was an ankle, which actually might be better because otherwise you're looking at possibly a tear of something in the thigh or calf. So ankle might be better. Might just rolled. And whoever said, I think it was Willie mentioned, yeah, maybe Demo at second tomorrow. But yeah, this weekend, all different jerseys. You'll have the City Connects on Friday, Steelhead Saturday, and then the Sunday Creams on Sunday. That's outside to Hampson. Tuno would like to get these outs before rolling this over to Arise, Soler, and Dela Cruz here. So if Saucedo could just go ahead and finish this off, I think we'd all appreciate that. The 2-0 to Garrett Hampson from Taylor Saucedo. That's outside, 3-0. Well, the other thing is too, am I worried about the game? Not really, but you don't want to see a point here where some of these guys come up and then you've got to get Munoz up and throwing. That's outside, 4-pitch walk from Saucedo. So 2 on with only 1 out here. I need to grab. Yeah, we were talking about the Steelheads. I love the jersey too. That silver outline on the Steelheads is so cool. I like the City Connect jerseys and the hats. I think the City Connects look really good. I hate the black pants. It just has like this softball look to it. I think it would look better with white pants. I don't know, but we'll see. Here's Luis Arise, and it's been rolled back to the top of the order. So I'd like to see Saucedo get a couple quick outs here. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. That was a pretty good pitch. I'm wondering if Scott's going to get somebody up in that bullpen. You don't want this to roll around too much with this order. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. I think the Steelheads is my favorite jersey, though. I want to get one, but I want to rep and people are like, oh, what's that? They're not going to know that's like the Mariners. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing with that one. The 1-1. Arise on the ground. This could be 2. Copy to JP. Back to tie, double play, and the game is over. The Seattle Mariners have won the first 2 games of this series against the Miami Marlins. They take this one by a count of 9-3. They get Luis Arise to ground into a double play to finish it. Cal Raleigh, a big 3-run home run. The big dumper himself, and then Mike Ford with 2 home runs tonight as well. And then Caballero, a bases clearing triple. A great night for the Mariners. They are back to 500. DP finishes it off really like the duality of Julio does. Julio pulls it off clean. So who's pitching Friday in the City Connects? It's going to be Logan. We'll see how Logan looks in the City Connects. I'll take any comments to finish it up here. We'll put the big final up there and boom, there it is. I did it. I broadcasted a win. It feels good. Oh yeah, Astro man, thank you. Make that account subbing. Really appreciate that you've been watching. Means a lot to me. So don't be afraid to comment on the videos and hang out. try to do these whenever I can. It's a lot of fun. So thank you for hanging out. Well, it was here. Thank you, Wild Boar, man. Appreciate it. Good night. You have a great night as well. I'm glad you were able to get to the stream and hang out for a little bit. Great win for the Mariners tonight. Everybody hanging around. Yes, much. You know what, though? The Boston game was a lot of fun. But yes, a much better result. But I had a blast doing that. You guys made that loss a lot of fun. That's why I like doing these, because even if they lose, it's fun hanging out with you guys and talking baseball. So, no matter what, it's fun. Yeah, 4 home run. Was it 4 tonight? You're welcome, William. Thank you. Was it Ford had 2? Cal had 1. Was there a 4th home run tonight that I'm missing? I think it was just the 3 and then 3. So 6, right, in the series? Am I missing one tonight? Caballero almost had a home run as well. Pitching getting – and listen, we knew this pitching was going to come around. They've been stinking up the joint recently, but George Kirby, Castillo, Logan Gilbert, those guys are all too good to be bad. Like, there is no doubt the pitching is going to come around. And then this lineup, the lineup's starting to hit. Always a pleasure as well, William. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to have you guys in here. The lineup is starting to hit, and that's the key. That's what we needed. We knew the pitching is going to be fine. It hit a bit of a bump, but the lineup's starting to get around. The team's starting to play a little bit better baseball and fun. Yeah, have a good one, Astro. Cheers. No hits from 1, 2. For the Mariners, no hits from 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is that the Marlins? The Marlins had the Mariners no hit. Yeah, JP, Julio, Ty, and yeah, you're right. Wow, didn't even realize that was all bottom of the order. That's awesome, and that's where this lineup's good. It has good depth. You had Cal, Mike Ford at the bottom, Cabby making things happen. There is depth in this lineup. It's just they got to put it all together. This team can do it. They're a good baseball team. Back to 500. Let's hope that let's hope we're over 500 after tomorrow. I'm going to get going, everybody. Love you guys. I hope you all have a good night. William, Wild Boar, Astro, Y2K, Christian, anybody else that's lurking in there, really appreciate it. Run Dove, thank you, man. Thank you for stopping in, for commenting. Leif was another one that commented. Jacob, man, thank you very much. Yes, the win was a nice bonus. It was awesome hanging out with you guys. That was the most fun part of it, for sure. So have a good night, everybody. Go Mariners. No post-game recap tonight. I'm exhausted. Just go back and watch this again if you want to. So have a good one, everybody. I'll have the post-game recap up tomorrow. Peace, everybody.